I actually love the design. Oh,
This place is decorated with a touch of style.
it is. It's nice.
A gang does not always flaunt brute force. More often, they need to flaunt wealth.
Very cool point from Sunday, right? Because they're not going to be like, you know, brutish on the surface, right? It's the same thing with like, I'm going to use the example of like, say like The Sopranos, you know, in The Sopranos show. Like a lot of times they would like front as like something that is like more, you know, now in fairness, they did have very like seedy stuff and very like bad stuff on the surface, but like they would front as something like very like, you know, legal. It's like, oh, very presentable in some cases, you know? And it's the way that they kind of would do it as well. Yeah, it's actually a really nice place, though. Like, I love, like, the floors and the walls. It actually looks really cool. Yeah, but, like, it's like... If I'm being honest, though, like, it's not how, like, I would, like, decorate it. Like, it's... The walls look nice, right? The vase look nice as well, right? Wait, is that, like, who's this? Who is this? Like again, like I'm not really that like into like extravagant stuff, but like I think design choices are really cool, right? And like say like this type of architecture, these type of like you know, wallpaper, this type of like paintings, the vases look cool. But again, it's something like I never like seek out personally. By the way, hello baby gangsters. This is Calvin Olsen and Zormer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. Let's go talk to the Don.
Before I even realized, the scenery of Dovebrook became unrecognizable.
The voice is so great as well, and again, him looking out on this city as well.
Back then, who would have imagined iron hulks running wild on the streets?
I love the voice.
Let alone us gang members being treated like vermin.
So he's talking about those Imagine, right? Or those machines, those mechs, right? That are like becoming more and more every single year, right? With the phantasmal full moon. What's so interesting about this as well is that like he's also lamenting the idea that people don't treat gang members good anymore.
You didn't call us here just to reminisce, did you?
Oh my god, look at this. Dream sandwich rotation.
Of course not. Please forgive course tides, rude little pets.
I can't get over how fun the voice is. I can't get over. When I say sandwich rotation, I mean we're sharing a sandwich, by the way. Because I didn't want to say the other one. The Dream B rotation, you know what I'm talking about.
That narrow-minded fella never understands why young people flock to things that come from other planets. Like Mechatrons, the masked heroes, and the Astral Express.
I love this voice so much.
What he does not see is that while cosmic novelties are more enticing, big shots that hail from the cosmos are even more fearsome.
So he's talking about the assassin, I guess, from the Xian show.
Wouldn't you agree?
You're a clever one, so there's no point in keeping up this charade. We're not Xianzhou's #1 assassins. You knew that already, didn't you?
So what he was talking about, he's like, he was here trying to let him know, it's like, hey, like, I know that you guys are not the assassins, but I do know you're from outside in the cosmos. You're from outside of Planet Arcadia.
Yeah, I might not live as long as those Xianzhou folks, but I've got a decent eye for sizing people up. You may not be the #1 assassins, right? But your skills surpass even such assassins.
So I guess he wants to utilize it in some other ways as well?
So I don't care who you are. I pay good money for a sharp blade. But I don't give a fig about its brand.
Interesting. So it's like, yeah, he did pay money to get higher blade, right? Like, but now he's like saying, hey, like, I seen what you can do. If you can do it, I'm fine too.
And where do you intend to use this blade?
At the Sinley Syndicate.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, that's your syndicate.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not looking for bloodshed. Instead, I intend to perform surgery on the Sinley Syndicate. Look here.
So do you think he's like saying that maybe he's gonna like remove people he doesn't want in the syndicate?
Yeah, through certain connections, I secured this mass combination.
Yeah, it's on the table.
Yeah, the entry pass to the Eonic game. Yeah, some covet this treasure, while others fear it as a curse.
Yeah, and that's well, like it's clearly something that we need, right? For sure.
Now, You claim the name of Xianzhou's #1 assassins, huh? So surely you came for this. You want the god's reward, don't you?
Well, I don't know the exact reasoning for... We know that they came here to infiltrate this syndicate for Yaguan to study what they were going to do with Blade, right?
You are our employer. Therefore, the festival's prize should rightfully be yours. What do you want from the Eon, Mr. Polwave?
Great question.
The Aeon? Ah, I harbor no such an unrealistic desire. I'll leave this prize for you to claim as your reward. I'm happy enough to share in a bit of your glory.
Okay, so he doesn't want the Eon's power, which again is like, it's interesting that we have people that don't want it, right? We have people that maybe see it as like something that's like too unrealistic or too unattainable. But also, like, I'm thinking that my guess is that he wants us to like maybe get rid of some people in the syndicate. So like, again, he says perform surgery. That's like cut things out, right? Cut things open, separate things.
Whether you win or lose, all I ask is that when the press comes a-knocking, you say this. You were sponsored by the Sandwich Syndicate of Toughbrook.
Wait, so maybe I got that wrong? Because he said here, like, I want to use on the Sandwich Syndicate. And we were like, what? So is he saying that if we win, is there different Sandwich Syndicate factions? And for him, he's like, if you win, say that the one of Dovebrook is the one that won?
So this is a sponsorship deal? The Sinwish Syndicate only wants fame?
I guess so. Maybe it's like he wants to, yeah, he just, okay, that's fine. Okay, maybe I got it wrong there.
Since we are not truly in your employ, are you not afraid we might break our promise and ignore your request?
Love Dan Hong's voice.
If you truly cared nothing for what I asked, why even raise the question, huh? As I said before, I may not have the long life of the Shenzhou people, but I do know how to judge people.
Yeah?
One more question from me, please. Why are you so set on chasing fame?
So it's fame that he wants. I thought he was saying he needs to like cut people out of the Sandwich Syndicate or something, or maybe it's just like his official branch. He wants to be famous because then he wanted Blade to win the Phantasmal Moon games, just so for fame.
In plain Arcadia, Imaginary exists due to wish power. And that wish power comes from the attention, curiosity, and demands humans place upon these Imaginary.
Okay.
The Sandwich Syndicate was founded to provide for those Imaginary who were ignored, had no wish power, and were not needed by humanity.
Interesting. That's actually like kind of like a noble thing, right? The idea like of giving Imaginary that didn't get enough attention, that so didn't get enough power, like giving them something.
Unfortunately, ever since that seashell woman rose to power, our path of blood and violence had run its course.
Wait, so I'm kind of confused in the way he's wording himself here, right? I in fact, like he's saying like, hey, oh yeah, we found it to provide those Imaginary who were ignored, had no wish power, and were not needed by humanity. This does not sound like violence when he says this. You know what I mean? He's like, we were founded to provide for those Imaginary who were ignored. And then he says, when Pearl rose to power, a path of blood and violence run its course. Where's the connection? You know what I mean? Or is he saying that because Pearl is in power, they don't have the same attack power that they had before, so they can't enter the Phantasmal Moon games? I feel like he's very disjointed and like, I don't know, maybe yeah.
That's why I want the Sandwich Syndicate to take on a new form. One that will draw more attention than ever before.
So he needs attention so he can work with his Imaginary, and since he can't do it himself, he wants us to be the ones to be able to do it as well through the Phantasmal Moon games.
The Sandwich Strangeling Pension Foundation.
What?
What do you think of the name?
The voice is so great.
It's a cozy and heartwarming name.
So he's providing a pension fund for these like strangelings, these Imaginary?
So, will the three of you accept this job?
This is the way I'm interpreting this. By the way, I love this guy so much. They used to be a group that like was able to like enact violence on Planet Arcadia. They no longer can do that, so he wants to shift focus in a way that he can like help the Imagine in some ways, like provide for the forgotten Imagine. So the way he's going to do it instead is by having us enter the Phantasmal Moon games, gain attention and notoriety for the Syndicate, allowing then the Syndicate to become more popular and gain more resources to be able to do what he did before and become this, as he said, the Strangeling Pension Foundation, and it will get more attention, I guess. Now, whether it's like he actually wants to help them or just like this is another like thing where he's kind of like, how do I say it? Like, when he says provide for those or any imagine or no wish power when needed by humanity, I don't know why I just said there. I just jumbled over my words. But this line here, when he said this, I wonder if he also means like taking in Imagine, like that duck there. Is the duck an Imagine? I don't know. The ducks might not be Imagine, but like it's like taking in people that like didn't have anywhere else to go, but now they can't do anything because of Pearl. He wants to take a new form that will gain new attention, and he wants to use us to get that attention. A moment later, somewhere in Dovebrook District.
Mr. Polewave's goal is surprisingly grounded.
Right.
A gang leader won't survive this long by relying on bodyguards. It's about having a sharp instinct for survival.
Love this location, by the way. The rooftop's so cool.
He wants to launder his gang clean, but that will not be easy. In my view, the underboss may not see eye to eye with his boss.
So that's what he meant by surgery. He wants to, like, clean the Syndicate up. He wants to make the Syndicate more presentable.
My thanks to you both. With your protection, I managed to leave without harm.
That's my interpretation of it. He wants to clean up the place so that, because then they won't survive long relying on bodyguards. It's about having a sharp instinct for survival. He realizes he can't survive long just with these bodyguards. He realizes he can't survive long in the way that they're doing it right now. So he wants to launder his gang clean. But the underboss may not see it eye to eye with his boss.
Yet, we carried off the mask meant for the so-called Xianzhou's #1 assassin. When I think of it that way, this mask feels thorny in my hands.
So it's meant for Blade. The mask that we have was meant for Blade.
That man. He seeks to enter the Phantasmal Moon games? What does he plan to do?
Why did I say phantasmal? Phantasmal is a different thing, isn't it? That's like... I think it's Genshin, yeah.
Whatever his purpose, this matter is grave. I'm afraid I must take my leave for now and report to General Yao Guang before making
It's a great
any
mystery, as you said last time.
decisions.
The idea of like what Blade wants is such a great mystery. He's already a terrifying character. Even if you love him, he's a terrifying character. And especially for Don Hong, who has so much history with him as well.
No need for that. I've been waiting here for you all
Oh.
for some time.
Okay.
Madam Yao, you came in person?
That's actually like, I wouldn't say scary, but like, capable? Like, really interesting that she was able to do that? How long was she standing there?
Well, you see, I must admit I passed false information to the two behind you, sending them on a wild goose chase. I should personally ask for their forgiveness. As for why I am here, Miss Tingyun, you still have not opened the third pouch, have you?
So, they did say before that the information that was given was not perfect. Like they said, it was like something like it was like the information they were given was that they had to like look out for someone or something like that as well.
That's true.
So here's the third pouch.
Whatever they give you, just take it all and bring them to me.
Oh, so the mask?
What kind of after-the-fact strategy is this?
General, had you spoken plainly, Sunday and I would never have refused you. Why did you lie to us and claim that someone was lost and captured?
Yeah, that's what they said earlier. Yeah.
I didn't lie.
She's so her eyes are like hypnotizing. They're so cool.
If not for the appearance of the former Vidyadhara High Elder and the runaway master of Penacony, Miss Tingyun would still be trapped in those brutes' endless probing. Her being lost and captured was exactly the future I divined.
I do love that Dan Hong is also like, hey, if you just told us straight up, we would have helped. Like, again, because Dan Hong has like a lot of respect for the people in the Xian show, like even with like the way that he was treated before. But I think he has a lot of respect for the people in the higher up positions as well.
I also foresaw bloodshed awaiting the Sinwish Syndicate. Had it come true, it would have been because Miss Tingyun failed to restrain her strength during the clash. Yet, with you two here, the gangsters' lives were spared.
Yao Guang sending Dan Hong and Sunday there basically prevented a massacre. It prevented a, like, wiping out of the people here in the Sinwish Syndicate.
You even foresaw the anomaly with my
The
body.
destruction, right? So, I'm not sorry for going back again. I'm not sorry for going back again. She said here as well, whatever they give you, just take it and bring them back to me. So is that the mask? Because they were talking about the idea of the mask feels thorny, which I think is a great way of putting it, by the way. So they have the mask with them. So she's saying give the mask to Yao Guan. Is that what she was saying? We'll see.
Sometimes, even when fate is foreseen, it cannot be changed. Fortunately, things did not come to the worst.
Yes, she's such an interesting character, this divining character. The fact that she saw so much and sending Dan Hong and Sunday there, like, prevented so much.
As for Mr. Sunday, I've heard so much about
Oh,
him.
wow.
With my 1,000 feathered eyes, I had the privilege of watching the broadcast of your entire god-ascending feat in Penacony from far away. Truly magnificent.
One of the rare times someone brings this up as well. I can't get, every time I look into her eyes, man, she has such a sharp look. She really does.
Let's not speak of that misstep anymore, General.
He's trying to move forward. He is trying to move forward.
Rather, we have brought back the mask, as you
There
asked.
it is, yeah.
How do you intend to use it? Surely not just to hold it and block the Stellaron Hunter's entry.
That was the plan, but from one cause spring 100 outcomes. Now that the mask is in my hands, there are many possibilities.
I can't. Every time I see her, guys, it's like it's so great that the HSR like this thing with this character that like again the sharp look in the eyes, the kind of like very like half like cunning smile, but then also like. Do you guys get this feeling too? When I look at her, I just see someone like who is like so sure of their talent, what they can do, their task, and maybe that comes from divining. It's like they see like 2 steps ahead of stuff. They know stuff that could come to pass, and maybe that brings confidence as well. You know.
What do you say about using it to lure Blade here and strike him down together? Or perhaps
Are we really?
I could wear the mask myself and personally compete in the Phantom Moon Games. That'd be interesting.
Bringing Blade here to like as a luring thing.
Each mask used is gone for good. The Stellaron hunters will be left with a real headache. That'd be truly killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
So she'd be able to enter the game, get the power of the god if she won as well, but then also prevent in a way or making it harder for the Stellaron Hunters to enter into the tournament as well. Which again, as I said, I adore Blade with all my heart. I adore him with all my heart, right? I adore Kafka even more. I adore Firefly even more, right? I adore the Stellaron Hunters in general, like with Silverwolf as well, right? But we cannot deny the fact that like the majority of the world sees the Stellaron Hunters making a move to get the mask and join the Phantasm Moon Games, and that is a worrying prospect. And the idea of here, like of them so vigorously trying to prevent this, makes sense in a lot of ways. But I wonder if it's something from Elio's script. I wonder if like Elio has like made it so that this is something that has to happen, that Blade has to enter the Phantasm Moon Games, and I wonder if that's the case.
Madam Yao, this is deadly business. It's no laughing matter.
Deadly. Miss Tingyun, that is exactly why I am here. Not to put Blade in his grave, that is. His ties to the Xianzhou have long since frayed. There was no need for me to snatch someone else's assignment and come here only for his sake.
So she has something else she wants as well, not just for Blade.
Snatch someone else's assignment?
So someone else was supposed to come here in her stead.
So the Xianzhou envoy was supposed to be someone else?
And who was it?
To be frank, this journey to Plain Arcadia was meant for Jinyuan, the divine foresight. The Lawfu Cloud Knights recently returned from the great battle against Ironfield.
So sick.
And the honor should have been his.
Because again, he gained so much leverage. The leverage was gained.
Yet, before his departure, I cast several divinations on all parties involved and received this result.
So cool. So also as well, by the way, I think Yao Gong is a better choice because like she blends in a lot more right here in Planet Arcadia. She just looks like a fancy character with like this peacock outfit. She just looks like a fancy lady going to like a dinner. You know what I mean? She looks fabulous all the time. She looks amazing. So she blends in a lot more like in Planet Arcadia than Jinyuan would to like, you know, would stand out a lot. With the hunt as the primary subject, the divination reads as follows. The hexagram resolves as fire. The change occurs at the fourth line. It comes without warning, incineration, death, and abandonment. So she saw incineration, death, and abandonment. This is truly ominous. With preservation as the primary subject, divination reads as follows. So that the first one is with the hunt. The hexagram resolves as heaven. The change occurs at the fourth line. One may leap and remain in the depths with no fault incurred. Advanced and retreat according to circumstances. You shall remain untroubled. With the finality as the primary subject, the divination reads as follows. The hexagram resolves on earth. The change occurs at the top of the line. Dragons clash among the wilderness. Their blood staining the heavens and earth alike. Dragons clash. This is a portent and bloody conflict. Why would Stellar Hunters be marked by such an omen? Could it be connected to the former High Elder, like the Vidyahara? So dragons clash among the wilderness. Would that have something to do with Dan Hong, would you think, as well? With Planet Arcadia as the primary subject, the divination reads as follows. The hexagram fluctuates between earth and fire. The change occurs at the top line, neither fully luminous nor wholly obscured. It rose to the heavens at first, only to descend back into the earth. What does this even mean? Joy turns to sorrow. So it's a lot of very ominous, like visions here. With the fate of the next 10 days, the primary subject divination reads as follows. The hexagram fluctuates between heaven and thunder. The change occurs in the fifth line. For those who present morals and virtues, no remedies needed for good fortune to follow. So there is more big shots to come. Just how many more surprises are awaiting me? So again, this is one of those things where like the hunt, abandonment and fire, preservation. It's to do with like one may leap or remain in the depths. It's like you could like make a big jump or you could like remain like in the depths and you'd have to retreat. For the finality, there is a dragon's clash among the wilderness, and this will be a bloody conflict. And then for Planet Arcadia, they say here as well, there will be rose to heavens at first, only send back into the earth. What does it even mean? So again, joy turned to sorrow. Yeah, okay.
Incineration, death, abandonment.
Yep.
I may not know divination, but even I can tell that there's
it's one of those things that like, you know, it's like, you know, you don't know computers, but if system error comes up on your computer, you're like, okay, something's wrong, right? Or if like, you know, your computer ran into problems, you know something's wrong. Like when it's, you know, divination, you don't have to be a diviner to see these words and go, okay, yeah, something bad is happening.
Unfortunately, the two top diviners of the Yuchui and the Lafu, in other words, my junior soror, Fushuan and I, cross-checked each other's extrapolations and came to the same astonishing conclusion. An Arbiter General will fall in this Arcadia of Elation.
Wait, what? So, is she saying that like the no matter what, a general will fall here as well? Wait, or is she just saying? Because she's an Arbiter General. So that means, so how is she preventing this? Is this by getting the mask? What the hell? So she saw that, like, again, whoever was sent here as an Arbiter General would fall.
Even so, you're still taking the mission meant for Jingyuan?
That's a huge deal.
Yes, I contacted the Marshal and took over the task. I've simply never seen such a bizarre fate and wanted to witness it.
You wanted to witness incineration, death, and abandonment?
Even if it means your death?
It's only death.
No, it's not already dead. It's already dead. You look fabulous. I'm just going to tell you a million times over, by the way.
If I can die in these Phantasmoon games to achieve a moment of godhood, then my death won't have sullied the Xianzhou's honor.
Whoa.
Miss Tingyun, hand me the mask.
Whoa. So again, so she's not just here for Blade. She's here to like see this divination through. And also she's saying that, like, again, it's like if she died here on the first step here, it would Like, and the way that they do the way the Xianqiu and the different like I forget what they're called, but the different like sections of Xianqiu look at it like they place a big emphasis on your capabilities. They do. When they felt Jin Yuan was no longer capable, they sent like arbiter generals there to like study him and like, you know, observe him. Like they place a big emphasis on this. We know this. So the idea that they would also like, you know, again, if she died in the first step, yes, it would be absolutely tragic and heartbreaking, but there also would be a thing where it's like, oh my god, she disgraced the Xianqiu, right? The fact that she came there as an envoy and died at the first step. But if she's in, if I become a god for even a minute, people will talk about me forever and I won't dishonor the Xianqiu. But still, I wouldn't want you to die. Like, this is crazy. Maybe none of you should have come here. Oh, geez, she's doing it. Wait, what? 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 No. Oh my god, what the hell just happened?
Well done. You have hit your fitness goal.
Fitness goal?
Another active and fulfilling day.
You just hit your fitness goal?
Sorry, Sunday.
Oh,
My body
Don
instinctively sensed danger.
He's gonna feel so bad. I think she was aiming for Sunday. I feel like, I'm sorry, here's the thing, right? I think Don Hong is so capable. I think he's so incredible. We know he's incredible. You know, beautiful, incredible, capable. But like, I feel like if Yao Guan wanted to get Don Hong, she would have got Don Hong. Right? So is he part of the game now?
Once the mask for joining the Phantom Moon Games is worn,
Oh my
it binds
God.
tightly to the supplicant and manifests the shape of the wearer's soul. I read something like this in the Views of the Universe from a Starskin.
So his mask was kind of like a bird, like an owl. Sparksy's was like a rabbit, which is like a playful, mischievous, right, in culture and folklore, right? And then our one was a raccoon, which again represents our, like, what people see us as, and also like our gremlin nature, I feel like, as well, our trash eating nature. But like Yao Guan, like, I have to say, this is not nice, right? That's the bare minimum of saying what we're saying here. This isn't good, right? Like, it's unfair to put someone in the Phantasm games without Phantasm Moon games without their consent, right? And I think that's like the bare minimum what I could say, right? Like, and people are gonna be like, yeah, Calvin, that's so. I don't have to say it to you guys. You guys are like, yeah, that's the bare minimum of like a comment on how this is not exactly fair, you know? But Jesus Christ, like and again, she made it clear, by the way, she made it perfectly clear that she has no problem fibbing. She said this.
It's confirmed now. This mask is indeed genuine.
Yeah, but now it's Sunday has to enter the games.
Congratulations, Mr. Sunday. You're now a supplicant in the
man.
Aeonic game.
Again, Sunday is more than capable, right? Like, he's more than capable. And like, is there a part of me that instantly went, like, thought in my head, like, Sunday and Blade in the same game with Stell and Sparksy, and that sounds amazing. It sounds really interesting and intriguing. Of course. But we have to look at it from the personal perspective as well. This isn't fair. It's not very nice to do.
What exactly are you trying to do, Seer Strategist? Twice now you've acted without warning. Do you mean to make an enemy out of the Astral Express?
Look at his eyes. Because what you just did there as well, right? Not only have you deceived Don Hong twice, it's not just about deceiving him. That man right there, Sunday, is a trailblazer. He is also one of us.
Don Hong, let me take care of this.
Sunday? What does that mean?
Sunday, are you planning
Don
to
Hong
fight?
standing up for Sunday is such a beautiful thing as well. Because again, he's part of our crew. He's our family.
Don't worry, I'm no match for this gentleman.
Serious? That's, if you're talking about power levels, the fact that Sunday is no match, and maybe it's because like they're weakened after what happened, but still. He did something with the cognitive stuff there. Oh my god, she's so... Oh my god, why is she so, like,
General
weirdly,
Yao
like,
Guan,
adorable?
How do you pierce my thoughts? I ran a check with my tuning, and there were no signs of any outside intrusion.
Wait, so she read his thoughts?
They say a diviner can't read hearts. I call that the excuse of mediocrity. Mr. Sunday, You're fascinated by the Phantasmoon
Whoa.
games. You even wondered, what if I wore this mask? Didn't
So
you?
she like read his mind?
You can even divine
That's
thoughts like that?
terrifying. What an interesting turn of events.
No, I'm simply good at seeing using my eyes. Though Mr. Sunday never asked to examine the mask, he's glanced at it at least 3 times since we
You
started
shoved
the
a
conversation.
mask on his face, an ancient, like, supplicant mask onto his face due to, like, a hunch? No, due to seeing a glance 3 times?
Given the character and manners of someone as noble as him, I can't think of any motive for this action but genuine interest.
That is a weirdly good point. It's like, he's not... We know Sunday is not going to do something evil again. We don't know Sunday's not going to try and do something bad. He's on the straight and narrow because it's for his own good and for what he wants in his life.
Sunday?
Yes, I did think of it.
Oh,
for a moment.
man.
I even considered putting it on.
This is so interesting. This is such an interesting story.
So, I merely gave you what you desired. This is no trap. It's just an unexpected gift. During the Phantasmoon games, I'll give every ounce of aid I can to help you seize your chance to have an audience with the
Insane.
Eon.
Absolutely insane.
General Yao Guang, as far as I know, throwing out heavy profits first is usually a lure to make others lose. We've only just met. I don't understand why you'd go this far.
So he's... again, my interpretation of what Sunday's saying here right now, and this is my view. When Sunday's saying this, like... You're saying you're throwing out heavy profits, which is, again, throwing out, like, what could be something for the Zan show. It's like, why would you give this to me? So I think Sunday's, like, again, giving in maybe a little bit to his curiosity of, like, I kind of want to see what happens here. I kind of want to have this audience with the Eon. And it seems like when Yao Guang, again, here's the thing, I want to make clear, like, I'm not going to, like, apologize for being like, that was rude, right? Because, of course, like, that's how you'd feel. You'd be like, what the hell? But, like, when Yao Guang said, like, hey, this is a gift to you, Sunday hasn't been biting back about this being a gift. He doesn't even seem, like, too angry.
Why belittle yourself? Every move I've made is to carve a sliver of possibility from the impossible.
Sliver of possibility for the impossible.
With my eye of Ishvara, I see you're the only one in this land who doesn't need to do a thing for me. Simply acting on your own will can bring change.
Wait, what? So with her eye of Israva, she's seen that Sunday doesn't need to do a thing for me? So so Sunday acting outside of Yao Guang will do something, will change that is maybe positive?
Your own will.
Your own will.
Indeed. Dan Heng, I do want to learn more about this world.
Okay.
Because this world of elation fascinates me. Is plain Arcadia truly a paradise?
Whoa.
An Arcadia that its name claims.
And it's interesting that his whole story came from trying to create a paradise for his people and him wanting to explore the idea of, like, what could be a paradise in Arcadia, which, again, is what Arcadia is. He wants to find more about this world.
I once pursued a mistaken vision of paradise with stubborn resolve. Even now, I can't say for sure what a true paradise should look like.
So interesting.
That's why I want to see with my own eyes whether this Arcadia lives up to its name.
So, I take this as 2 things. I take this as Sunday obviously wanting to see, like, finally, like, what a paradise looks like so he can truly put behind him the idea of, like, I was wrong. Right? Or I think as well the idea of a paradise, of someone else maybe creating a paradise, and this is maybe like me, like, you know, doing like headcanon, but my view is like as well, I think Sunday would be the type of person that would look at this Arcadia and, like, if it's something wrong is happening here too and something bad is happening here too and this actually isn't a paradise as well, he'd want to stop it as well.
So then, as long as Mr. Sunday acts, that omen of death Madame Yao foresaw.
Of course it would still come to pass. Did you think just a lavish gift could let you stroll out of Destiny's shackles alive?
So she's saying that Ting Young also has this omen of death as well. This is also interesting. It really is. So we got, like, they put the mask on Sunday because Sunday, again, I'm going to screenshot this stuff as well. They say that Sunday can bring change by acting by themselves with their own will. Sunday said that they want to explore this Arcadia to see if truly is a paradise, so they can finally come to terms with what an idea of a paradise is as well, to see if this actually place is the paradise that it says it is also. There's also these omens that we read before as well, about these omens of death. But they're saying as well that like Ting Young also, and again, maybe I like missed that point as well, but that Ting Young also has an omen of death on them. Or maybe the wording here is talking about their own omen. Yeah. So it's saying that it's talking about their omens. Like, you're not saying you Ting Young. It's saying, like, my omen of death. Like, you can't just walk out of it just because I changed one thing. Just because I give a gift to Sunday isn't going to change things, but it will bring around some change.
Pardon me for butting in, but does the Xianzhou know about this?
This is so interesting. It's legit one of my favorite story beats. Like, it went from being like, what the hell is happening to, like, I'm so intrigued by this so much so.
This is such serious business. I'd never make this decision on my own. I've talked it over with the 6 charioteers of the Yuchui. If something happens to me, I'll line up a solid successor.
This is so interesting. Again, it's always been like Planet Arcadia has already been interesting and really fun, and like the story's been already great, but I really feel like it's picked up in the past 2 episodes even, where I've been like, I went from being like, oh, I'm so intrigued, this is so cool, this is so awesome, to being like holy hell, my body is ready for more Planet Arcadia. It's been so cool. This mysterious music's so great too. It's like it's a gorgeous while still having kind of like a very onshore quality to it, right? It's a bit all over the place intentionally, so I feel like.
She headed to the Yuchui on the day I left on this mission, just in case anything went wrong. There, with the other potential successors picked by the 6 charioteers, she'll train at the Omniscience Sapientia Academe in divination arts, war strategies, and civil governance.
Fu Xuan?
You mean Lady Fu Xuan?
Yeah.
She'd take over the Yuchui after you?
I thought she was going to take over Jin Yuan. Could you do both?
Fu Xuan? What Fu Xuan?
Huh?
If I don't make it back from this trip, maybe Jing Chui from the Law Fu Divination Commission could take the seer strategist position and command the Yuchui.
What does you mean by what Fu Xuan? What does you mean by this?
Fu Xuan? What Fu Xuan?
Because Fu Xuan wants to take over Jin Yuan's position, right? And even Jin Yuan said that she's like primed to do that. But she's talking about Xing Shui, which again, Xing Shui's, cool too.
Jing Chui and Yu Chui. Ooh, what a perfectly rhymed match.
Is that what we're picking Xing Shui? Again, like Xing Shui moving up with the world.
As for the details, shall we discuss this somewhere else, you 3?
Legitimately, this is such a great location. It's a fantastic location. So if you wanted to do this here, you definitely could. But I will say this as well. This is just such a great piece of information, a great scene that, like, honestly, like, I could have it go for another 10 hours. You can keep going if you want to. Whoa! Wait. Sometime later, in a search of stolen items, the unidentified guest quietly slipped into Joburg District. Oh my god!
The Action Detective Agency should be right here.
Oh my freaking god.
But why is there just a magazine publisher's office?
This is so freaking cool. Oh, there he is again.
A furbo. Taking photos? You really can find anything in the land blessed by Aha. Let's go ask for directions.
This is so legitimately cool, guys. Oh my god. The freaking Stellaron Hunters are already here. Which again, they said that in a way, they were already here, right? When they say that, they said that like Blade was like already stepped foot here. We could be already here, or at least they had the potential to already be here. But oh my god, this is so fun. Guys, this is so fun. Sampo Kurski, time to leave the team. Why do I always leave the team? Because you are my least favorite. Saying it out loud doesn't feel good. Saying it out loud didn't make me feel good. You know? But man, we have a Stellar Hunter with us. Which again, as we have to say, we all have to repeat it with me. Oh, look at the black and white thing. It's so cool. Like the manga section. Repeat it with me, guys. This is the Romer channel saying, okay, you ready? No matter what a Stellar Hunter... keep up. No matter what a Stellar Hunter does, they are justified. If they... okay. If they beat up 2 old men who are just crossing the street, we will find a reason to justify it. It was amazing. Wow, you guys really were practicing your swing and they got in the way. Practice that, guys. Remember that. No, I think that's what some people do think I do with the Stellar Hunters. Which again, like, I've no point with saying that I do love the Stellar Hunters and they're like one of my favorite crew. But I also like acknowledge any bad things they do. I've done it before in the past. I've definitely done it before in the past. And then all at the same time too, I also acknowledge the fact that again, they are saving the world. So that's just the truth. We look at everything from nuance, right? But also like we have to let them away with some stuff, you know? Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
%100% break.
Yeah, I cannot believe we're playing a silver. This is so awesome. Because doesn't it set the tone as well? Because the last whole part was about the idea of Blade coming in here and joining the Phantasm Games. The idea of preventing the Stellar Hunters from getting a mask, right? The idea of like then talking about how like Sunday's gonna join and like how again she even mentioned there as well. The idea of like maybe I could put on the mask and like one less mask means less for the Stellar Hunters, and then switching right away to the POV of a Stellar Hunter is such a great way to do that because we have it on our mind. We have it on our something we've been talking about all this time, especially like since like the last episode that was Yogwan talked about is that like as the one of the objectives of her being here, right? Which is like really, really cool as well. But what we got from that conversation before we move on is Sunday was given the mask because they saw the desire within Sunday to take the mask. Sunday did not, in the end, Sunday didn't like argue or get angry. It seems Sunday wanted to try it because he wanted to see exactly what this paradise was like, and he wanted an audience with Aha, maybe to see if like this truly was.
Let's get down to business. I can stroll him.
Sorry about that, Silver. To see if like this place truly is a paradise, get an audience with Aha, and so it actually was technically like in a lot of ways a gift in some ways. But also Yagwan said that like there's a possibility that she is going to die as well because that's what's in the Omen too. And then also at the same time too, they said that Sunday, without even their help and without even getting involved with them, Sunday has the necessity, not the necessity, the what's the word I'm looking for? The seeds for change, that he can enact change in this world without anyone's help. I find this so interesting. And then of course we go right to Silverwolf because the Stellar Hunters are here.
Hey, little furbo. Know if there's an Ashen Detective Agency nearby?
Look at this little dog.
Beats me. But if I find 10,000 credits on the ground, I might recall
Voice is so
the
cute.
spot.
10,000 for directions? Fine. Job first. Oh, wow. Looks like 10,000 credits from my account just hopped to end up in yours for no reason. No spill.
So you just transferred 10,000 right then and there?
Whoa! Generous, miss. The place you're looking for is upstairs. That detective's renting my boss's space for his agency. But he's zonked out in the day, and his doors are locked at night. No clue how he earns any money. Maybe he's a vampire?
Maybe he's a vampire.
So they're closed? Then how do I meet this Ashen Detective?
Beats me. But if I find 50,000 credits on the ground, I might recall that
50,000? 50,000 for just the question of how do I meet him?
You stinky furbo, begging for a smack, scamming our guests!
Was that him?
Oh, time to go.
They're kind of cute, honestly. Oh! Trauma.
Hi, I'm narrator, receptionist at the Ashen Detective Agency.
Okay.
I'm the assistant of that Mr. Detective.
I just remember, like, Prof. Nana, like, and that whole situation with, like, Dr. Primitive, you know, just terrifies me.
Narrator? What sane person gives their pet that name?
I love Silverwolf. Silverwolf seems like she is someone who does question the world, right? And she's a bit bitter at the world, and I love that too, which is why her being softer with Firefly is always the loveliest thing in the world.
That would be the dude upstairs. By the way, that mangy furbo didn't fleece you, right?
10,000.
It did. A full 10,000.
Do you want me to catch that sneaky furbo for you and get your money back?
Nah, save your breath. Got it fixed. Money's back in my
What?
account, plus the last 26.5 credits from that guy's
Oh my
account balance.
god. Wait, so she has also have to hack his account to take his money back?
bad, Bunklordian hacker.
You seem pretty knowledgeable. So, would you mind showing me the way?
This way, please,
Silverwolf is so capable.
Ms. Hacker.
Oh yes, I love this stuff as well.
Sorry, but you will have to take a side path.
Okay.
The landlord of this magazine office fled to dodge his debts, and creditors have been storming
Very
in
smart.
one after another.
F those
In the
creditors.
end, Mr. Detective sealed the front door entirely.
I'm trying to look up the picture up here, because that's Himiko, right? Drinking a coffee. Oh my god, is that Dan Hung? And that's Welt. Which one's March? Oh, the little March at the end. I'm sorry, but that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. That looks like a really fun TV show. They better sell those as dolls. That's really cute. Wait. Form switch by the... Oh, is it form switch? A new form is imbued with special power. Press the ability to shoot arrows. Did we not do this before?
So, there's even a shooting button. That's interesting.
Wait, is that them working in there as well? Like there's different furbos? Oh, sure, like, of course Silverwolf would love this. Oh, look at the March doll. Oh, look at the Himiko
Why are
one.
there so many furbos?
There's a lot of furbos.
They're all employees of this magazine company.
I really... Wait. There we go. I really freaking loved that visual there, like, of looking inside the window there. Just giving us a tiny bit of insight to who works in there. Such a great visual thing. Like, even there as well. Look, it's so cool. And we know there's a chest in there as well.
Why does this scene feel like a punishment round from a game?
Office survival is way more brutal than any game.
Oh, we have to shoot it, yeah. And again, like, to me, I get excited when we get to do this stuff because I feel like it's always like very, very, it's always very fun. Like, there's never a part of this that feels like it's like, you know, a chore. I'm always like feeling very, very good to do this stuff. Oh, to shoot it again? Yeah. It's always just really fun. I'm always having a good time with this mechanic. Which is a good sign. It's a good sign that we're excited to do a mechanic amongst a really great story.
This is where the detective lives?
Yes, his office and living quarters are one and the same. It is a little shabby, I admit. At this hour, he is probably fast asleep. Visitors here are rare indeed.
Visitors being rare. That really does sound a little sad.
Please, come with me. I will wake him at once.
Wait, is that? Is that the... No, I thought that was like the detective that we saw before, the security officer before. Nice little stuff here. This is really cool. This is really neat.
Let's get down to business.
Oh,
I can stroll around later.
Okay, fine, but I just want to look on for a second. Is that too much for ask? Is that too much for ask?
Time to get up,
Oh,
Mr. Ashveil.
Ashveil. Ashveil. Ashveil. Oh my god, Silverwolf ready to fight as well. Oh, the boss bar? The health bar for bosses? Oh my god, look at the stamina, the MP. It's Ashveil. Oh my god, this is such a cool UI.
To disturb my sleep.
Oh my freaking god.
Mr. Ashveil, this lady is not here for food delivery.
That was so creative. That was so creative and so cool. We've seen Ashveil on the banner before. They are like, I forget what I described them as. They're kind of like a, I don't know what, like a, I forget the way I described it. Like, I have to look back because I described them perfectly the first time I saw them.
Oh, then she must be here to kill me.
Look at this. It's so extravagant and vibrant and like detailed. And there's so many little tiny things about this outfit too. It's like I don't know what you call it. Like, it's like a bougie like detective or something, like, or like even like a flamboyant. Like, it's so freaking interesting, this design. Look at this. Like, even look at the back of the cape as well with the eyes too. The hand. Like with the arm and like the detail on the arm as well. The watches, like it's such a crazy detailed design with so many different things happening in one place as well. But I did see this guy in the banner before.
Sadly, not that either.
What do you mean, sadly?
That was so cool, the stuff with the boss bar and stuff like that as well. That's such a good idea. That's such a good idea.
Not here to deliver food and not here to kill me. How strange. Oh, then you must be a client. You are here to hire me for a case.
Again, I've only seen him in 2D form, so it's really cool to see him like this as well. But like as well, like it seems like also like he was, first of all, he's sleeping in what, like a freezer? He seems like he's a bit of a sleepy guy. Maybe he's someone who didn't love, he definitely doesn't like his sleeping disturbed either.
Your order of guesses is a little heartbreaking. Yes, I am here to commission you. Something has been stolen.
What has been stolen? I'm so interested to see how this character is gonna go.
Oh, what did you lose?
He to me screams like, not bumbling detective, but like it's not a trope, but like, you know, like when you have like a detective who's kind of like very like eccentric, right? Like he's very eccentric. Like already like the idea of like, you know, him sleeping inside of a freezer was a big deal. Him seeming to enjoy his sleep. The way he even speaks is like very casual, even with someone he just met as well.
A person, along with an ancient mask that should have been mine.
Wait, what?
Interesting. Are you here to join the Fantasy Moon Games?
Look at the earring as well. Yeah, flamboyant. It does not even cut the way you could describe this person.
At that moment, a cloud of suspicion rises in the detective's mind. Who
Wait.
is this girl?
Wait, so just like a detective story or like a noir detective story, he has a freaking like narrator? It was 10 o'clock. I just got my first cigarette. Not for, 10 a.m., yeah. My first cigarette of the day. It was cloudy. You know, it's like he has his own freaking personal narrator. That is crazy.
Mr. N, stop the voiceover when we're talking business.
Oh, but you like it other times. He likes it other times.
Oh, stop! You pay me 900 credits an hour plus 2 bananas just for this, don't you?
That is legit so funny. And again, eccentric, 100% eccentric. Your own personal narrator.
Yes, but at least throw me a few clues while you work. Between a detective and their assistant, at least one of them should know a thing or two about deduction, right?
A name flashed through the otherwise empty mind of the detective. This unremarkable-looking girl was, in fact, one of the top 10 most wanted terrorists on the IPC's bounty list. A Stellaron hunter.
Kafka!
Oh my god, the eyes are so pretty. But like, him just saying Kafka like this as well. Like, oh my god.
Kafka!
It's Silverwolf! She's Silverwolf! Mr. Ashveil, did you get your head caught in the fridge door or something?
Oh my god. I feel like this guy's gonna bring me so much joy. I feel like this is gonna inject like so much laughter into the game. Not that the game isn't funny already, but I feel like this is gonna be like eccentric, funny, like random comedy like that we rarely see sometimes. Him just like, again, like the description of this wanted terrorist, and then we hear Kafka.
I feel like I need to wipe my personal
because
data
they found out so much about you. This is generally so freaking great, man. What a, like, I'm so buzzing about all the new characters.
One of the Interastral Peace Corporation's most wanted fugitives with the highest bounties comes to commission a broke detective who...
Broke?
I have seen plenty of stories like this.
Again, the emphasis on stories, like detective stories. It's a cool room though, right? I know he was sleeping in a freezer, but like it's actually like a cool room in terms of like... No, I'm not saying it's a room that I would like to be in because it's very messy, but I'm saying like in terms of like showing the personality of the character, like it's a really great way of showing that like the bottles all over the place. But there is like work being done. You see like there's like different like surveillance camera footage up on the corner up there as well. There's like newspaper clippings in places too. So there is like work being done, but like it's messy as heck.
So The next thing would be me getting dragged into a massive conspiracy and forced to run for my life, right?
He's looking way ahead, way ahead.
Drop the paranoia. I came to you because I hacked into the Security Bureau's criminal record system.
Oh?
What I found was shocking. In all those bizarre police cases, you were hired again and again.
What does that mean?
The curious case of the Harmony Sect Communion, the mystery of the Ghost Bullet Worm Express, the serial ghost resurrection incident, the super non-serial locked room murders at Kooky House. You helped solve them all.
So she's just saying now like his pedigree.
You may not be the most famous, but you're probably the most capable detective around here.
That explains that. Yeah, it's just that he's solved so many of these cases.
He is nothing private anymore. Whatever, tell me, how did you lose your mask?
I actually think he's like really pretty. Like his eyes are like, his eye makeup is really suits him quite a bit.
Today was supposed to be our meeting with the Sinwish Syndicate.
Oh, so it's legit about the mask that Sunday took.
All right, now let's talk about the commission fee.
Wait, what?
Excuse me, I haven't even finished my sentence yet.
He's like, that's not my money. Okay, I think he's gonna be very charmingly funny throughout this whole thing.
A true great detective can know a case without ever leaving the room.
So you heard the first line? Okay, where's the money?
While he sleeps, I gather the intel. We already have the basics about today's fiasco with the Sinwish Syndicate. And those 3 Xianzhou #1 assassins who scammed the mask.
So again, this shows his capability. Again, as we saw, this room is messy. He's eccentric. He was sleeping in a freezer, but you see the posters everywhere, the surveillance footage, the newspaper clippings. He did solve all those cases, right? So the fact that they already have this information.
Can you handle it? Money is not a problem. Do you take dirty money?
Because the Saturn Hunter money is not clean.
Sorry, no dirty money. And please do not withdraw your payment plus the account balance after paying.
Because we have experience with doing this.
Oh, then how about this? This is the IPC's turf, right? Turn me in for the bounty.
That is such an interesting idea.
You take the reward, and I bolt afterward. We Stellaron hunters sometimes use that trick to raise funds.
That is so fun. That's so fun. And it's just a scrunch face. That is so fun, the idea that they let people turn them in just so people can get the bounty. And we've seen that before. Kafka got, arrested, right? Kafka legitimately, on purpose got caught by the Xian Shou so she could, tell everyone her plan and, what's happening with her reasoning for being there. And then she escaped afterwards. They have these plans to, get captured and escape. I totally believe her.
Or maybe we could discuss the possibility of taking dirty money. 30 million
Whoa.
credits. Pay us after the work's done.
That's pretty generous to do after work is done as well. Yeah, his eye makeup is so stunning, but his whole outfit is just so interesting to look at. It's so detailed.
Deal. I'll try to get that money over the next few days. Here's my contact info. Update me the moment you have any news.
So they legitimately, what she's after is the mask that was stolen, but she probably doesn't know that it was put on by Sunday yet, right? Because you can't take the mask once it's done, it's done. But that's what they were aiming for. So now we know 100% it's not, because we said before there's a possibility that Blade could be doing something for himself as well, because the Stellar Hunters are allowed to do stuff themselves as well if it doesn't impede the Elio's script. But we know now that it is an entire Stellar Hunter operation to try and get this mask.
Pay us after the work? When did our office have a rule like that?
I'm so, I want to just look at his design. I want to just look at Ashveil's design over and over again. It's such an interesting design.
That rule got made just now. Oh, my dear Mr. N, did you truly want to take dirty money? I have come up with another way to make money. Let me reach out to a certain big shot first.
Wait, so he has a side plan?
Madam Pearl, I've obtained solid intel.
Wait, what? He's selling them out?
Mr. Ashveil, the chance of you initiating a call at this hour is under 5%.
Even Pearl's kind of amazed that he's awake, I guess.
Let me guess. Perhaps you are finally ready to consider my offer.
God, what's the offer? What's the offer?
No, I found the trail of the Stellar
Oh my gosh, Vale.
They're here in plain Arcadia, and they even plan to crash the Phantasmoon Games.
Ashveil, come on.
I can send you her coordinates quietly without anyone noticing.
So is that how he's going to get some money?
Quietly, without anyone
Yes!
Yes!
Yes. That's my Silver Wolf.
The Phantasm Games? The moment your IPC chose to speedrun it, it was fated to be more than just a game of fun. You want me to take part? That is asking a bit much of an old man.
Pearl's asking Ashveil to take part in it too.
We should have taken that hacker's deal earlier and turned her in.
Oh my god, she can hear everything. She can hear everything.
An unexpected bonus. So Pearl still has other masks hidden away. That makes things much easier.
Here's the thing. I don't know if it's necessarily that Silverwolf like knew he would have betrayed her, but I actually think it's also a matter of that Silverwolf probably like played the chance. Like it's like either way she wins. If she is able to successfully hire Ashveil, right, then she's able to get the mask back, right? Or if he does betray them and like and gives his intel to whoever the Pearl, she can learn more about how after bugging his office. Now she can learn something from him as well. So in a way, like no matter what, in a very Center Hunter way, it was a win-win.
Seems that listening in on one's partners after wrapping up business is a habit worth keeping.
Yeah. So that sells to me that it's actually the idea that like it's just something, a habit that she does. It's like it's a win-win situation. Yeah. It's like why not? It's like either way she would have won. Either way, if he was honest and kept and investigated for her, she would have won. If it's a situation where he betrayed her and now he's able to find out more stuff, she still has his office bugged. So cool. That was a great interaction.
Hey, Blady.
Blady.
Where are you?
Blady.
Did you find the mask?
So sick.
Not yet, but I've got a new lead. We might have lost one mask, so I just need to find another.
Man, and the fact the way she said it here, it's like the idea that there is like a other mask hidden by the IPC.
Fine. Promise me this. Next time, don't take contracts on the dark web using names like Xianzhou's #1 assassin.
Wait. So... Okay, I love getting this perspective. This is the way they're writing the Planet Arcadia story is so great that we were learning stuff. It's like a movie. It's like a detective noir movie in a way. Like the idea that like we learned that like okay the Stellar Hunters like accepted a job under the name of the Xianzhou's #1 assassin. We didn't know exactly what we knew that they were like hired to enter the Phantasm Moon games. But then we found out later on this part right here, it's like actually like it wasn't like they were like, oh, this is like some like cool thing that Blade calls himself. This isn't like Blade being like I'm the #1 assassin. This was just literally just like a weird name that they chose like for to find a contract on the dark web to get a foothold in the Phantasm Moon games, it seems, and in Planet Arcadia.
Okay. By the way,
so interesting.
Can you tell me what script Elio gave you this time?
A completely blank page.
What? How does that work? Oh my god, man. Meanwhile, Stella escaped from the school alone and actually called the police. Whoa, okay.
So, what you're saying is that this Miss Sparksy, who was originally just a virtual
I don't like your tone
avatar,
already.
is now crossed into reality and taken entire school staff and students hostage.
I don't like your tone already. I don't like the tone.
I get it. So, it's just a typical case of the idiogenerative imaginary phenomenon.
What's that? It gains sentience with its own. So, it's not something that does happen. And okay. Okay, so I just want to say that whole thing with Ashveil is such a fantastic sequence. Like, I absolutely freaking adore that, man. Silverwolf showing up to Ashveil to hire them to get this mask back for themselves, but ending up bugging his office. And you know when she probably did it? You know when he was coming out of the freezer and she started taking out all the equipment? She could have done it there. She could have done it right there. Or maybe we didn't see exactly what she did it, but like that's why I would think she would do it as well. But also like getting introduced to Ashveil, who is like this really shifty, eccentric, kind of like maybe untrustworthy in a way, like detective who thought that he was like, shooing Silverwolf away, but now Silverwolf has gained more intel than he could probably, than he probably wanted her to get, of course, as well, about the stuff with Pearl too. But my instincts on Ashveil are, as I said, an eccentric, off-the-wall, kooky detective who's very good at his job, but like maybe you can't trust him so much as far as you can throw him in a way. But he is like a character that is very funny and a little bit airheaded, but he has like the wherewithal to like make these kind of like shifty decisions, which and all, as we saw in the room too, the room is a perfect representation of who I think he is. It's messy, but there's work being done, right? So he does have a job. He's good at doing his job, but as Pearl said as well, it's a good indication of who he is. I never thought you'd call it this time, less than 5%. He is like not that efficient, it seems, when it comes to like the business side of things, or maybe like the relations side of things. And so, yeah, this is eccentric, kind of like a bit dirty, funny, but gets the job done type of like detective. And he's like perfect. He could have his own TV show already. And yeah, we found it there as well that they came up with the name of like these Zansho assassins, number one Zansho assassins, as just like this way to get in here to like I know we kind of would have known that that's what like they were trying to get in here with that job, but like at first I thought they chose that name because it's just like, oh, this is like a cool name to call ourselves, or like a way to trick people, but it was actually just like a weird dark name web that Silverwolf picked as well. Such an awesome sequence and such a great way to introduce Ashveil, and such a great way, I should say, to introduce Silverwolf and Blade and the Settler Hunters into the story too, by showing that they're actively working very hard and very fervently to get the mask that they need as well. Blade is looking for the mask, and Silverwolf is the one kind of doing recon, trying to find it. And also at the same time too, Blade has a blank page. What does that mean? What is the blank page? Like, a blank page means like no ultimate possibilities, endless possibilities. Is that not terrifying? When you're so used to having so many like things being told to you, it gains sentience of its own will.
Yeah, you could say that according to the old superstition. Modern science believes that when something receives excessive attention, it would suddenly gain life and becomes an imagine due to the accumulation of too much wish power.
That sounds like something that did happen, right? Because they were saying that as well, that like that's how because there was a little life breathed into it as well, the attention and during the Phantasm Moon games, and the Phantasm Moon being that high brought it to life.
What kind of modern science is that supposed to be?
Plain Arcadia modern science.
Plain Arcadia's modern science, of course.
I mean, like, I'm like, I think science will be different on different worlds depending on the technology that they have, right? I know science is like universal, but still. Typical case. Yeah, he's acting like this is so typical. I thought his tone was being dismissive, but he's actually just kind of like, you know, this is normal.
Outworld visitors might find this kind of thing strange, but it's not exactly rare around here. Certain historical eras had Imagine popping up non-stop like mushrooms after a shower.
Yeah?
Things are different now, but if you're not careful, you might still find characters from popular comics suddenly show up in the flesh.
So, like, because of... So he's saying that, like it's a pretty common thing to the point that, like, you know, if things do work out that way, you can find even, like, people from comic books. Okay. And indogenitive?
Sorry. Used a bit of jargon there. Idiogenitive here means something born of chance and circumstance.
Ah, and that does describe Sparksy a lot, right? That doesn't, because again, they were like, it wasn't intentionally meant to be like a living thing.
These imaginae arise from incidental events. That's quite different from progenitive imaginae, which reproduce by having artists draw their offspring.
So when are you heading out?
Heading out? Where to? Oh, you mean going to Graphia Academy to arrest this illegal imaginae?
Again, I don't like your tone.
We can't. I just received notice from the Department of Aberration Defense. The first supplicant of these Phantasm Moon games has revealed herself, and she's none other than Miss Sparksy, the one you mentioned. Although you're honored guests of the Astral Express, you seem completely unfamiliar with the laws and customs of this world. During the Phantasm Moon games, we do not traditionally interfere with supplicants' actions. That's their privilege.
Wait, so... Hear me out. If Blade gets a mask before Pearl gets to him, does that mean he gets, like, an immunity? Like, or does the international law supersede that?
In other words, since she's a supplicant, we security officers can't
there we
do
go.
anything unless she causes actual harm.
So they could argue that Blade is going to cause harm, maybe, possibly. But again, he has to cause actual harm. She took an entire school hostage. That is pretty that's harmful to me.
He's saying she took a school hostage, but the intel I have says otherwise.
Oh, what do you mean your intel?
Oh, right. News broadcast is about to start. Care to watch?
Dude, she's talking about her friends being trapped.
Hello, everyone.
Oh.
Welcome to Full Wish TV's special news segment, Arcadian Morning Report. I'm your host, Poofy.
Poofy has like a fake mustache bill.
Hi, everyone. I'm your host,
Snowy?
Snowy.
We've entered year 1999 of the Arcadian calendar. What an exciting time. Just one more year until the new millennium.
Over 500 years ago, a famous prophet made a prediction. In year 1999, a terrifying devil will descend from the sky.
What?
Will this prophecy come true? Can Plain Arcadia safely make it through this crucial year?
That can mean so many things. Again, you'd first go to like the idea of like in the like Blade, but again, I don't see Blade as a devil either. Like, you know.
You idiot! Are you cursing our viewers? They didn't tune in to hear your fear-mongering nonsense. Just read the news and stick to it.
Yes! Incredibly, after just 15 years, the Phantasy Moon is full again, and the time for the Phantasy Moon Games is upon us once more. Surely a blessing from the Master Relation upon this Arcadia!
Which supplicants will appear in these Phantasy Moon games? And what mind-blowing miracles will they bring to everyone? With permission from the Department of Aberration Defense, we'll be following and reporting on the
That's
Phantasy
cool.
Moon games from start to finish.
Again, stuff like this is always very interesting to me because I love seeing the like culture of a place and like even stuff like this, like news reports. It's the same thing as seeing like how like people in the Xian show love their cafes, right? It's the same thing. I love seeing like who does news reports, like how do they have entertainment, right? Like what do they get entertained by? Like that type of stuff is always so interesting to me.
Just now, the first masked supplicant has appeared.
Is it not? Wait, did Sunday not become a supplicant though?
How intriguing! Who are they, and where did they come from? Let's take a look.
Or they just not know that they're a supplicant yet?
Wow! Internet famous streamer Miss Sparksy announced 2 hours ago that she's donning a mask to become a supplicant. The Department of Aberration Defense has confirmed the news is authentic.
So okay, you have to like announce it. So again, we're still thinking like it was Stell's mask, like a supplicant mask.
As an ideogenitive imaginae, Miss Sparksy's birth wasn't approved by the Department of Aberration Defense. But that hardly matters at this point.
I mean like, it was a circumstantial birth.
What sort of miracle does this live streamer plan to produce during the Phantasy Moon Games? Let's switch over to her stream and see.
We're gonna hear from Sparksy. Are we gonna get to see what her like UI looks like for her stream and stuff? Not UI, but you know what I mean.
Yoo-hoo! And we're back from the commercial break.
Oh my god.
A big thank you to Love Insurance for being the title sponsor of today's Sparkstacular Arcadian Adventures live stream.
So she has sponsors and everything. And look, there's all the stickers that are being sent. She has nearly 80,000 people watching her, which is actually huge. Gigantic.
One person, 1,000 faces. 1,000 faces, one person. Who will Sparksicle become today?
She's so wild. She's so wild.
Ta-da! Time for the big reveal! Everyone, follow along with Bean Sparksy of Graphia Academy as we check out how our new transfer student is settling in. Marge, say hi to the camera.
No, set her free, but again, that's her beautiful Zan show outfit, but still.
Sparksy, don't you dare mess with me. I, March, am not someone you can easily push around.
Tell her, March. Why is March in the Zan show outfit?
I'll have you know I'm the disciple of General Jing Yuan of the Luofu and General Huayan of the Xu Ming. I've undergone rigorous Xianzhou sword training. Others might fear you, but I sure don't.
Hell yeah, March. And she was trained by Yang Xing and Yun Li, which again, 2 amazing teachers.
My, Marge seems quite worked up. Is it because she's a bit nervous about her first live interview?
No, because you trapped her. That's why.
All right then. interview my colleague,
Oh,
Mr.
Weld. And Weld just has a smile. Because again, they said that because he was like all ready to be a teacher that he's more susceptible.
Hello, everyone.
See what I mean? Oh my god.
I'm Weld Yang, a history teacher at Graphia
Let him go.
Academy. I'm honored to be selected as this year's most popular male teacher. And I will continue to strive to nurture even more outstanding talents.
Even like the teacher stuff is like a popularity contest?
Alright, that wraps up our interview for now. Let me give you all a sneak peek at what's coming up in our next live stream.
This is wild. This is so wild.
Support. Sparksicle will work hard to repay your kindness. In 3 hours, I'll be hosting a special live stream performance, Sparksicon, alongside our special guests, the legendary Nameless from the Astral Express, who have carved countless legends across the cosmos.
So she means like all the Nameless? Or just like these two Nameless? Or like...
Tell your friends, your family, even
Or does she mean us?
Let's set aside all grudges and meet in the stream to witness the most dazzling sparks light up plain Arcadia.
Oh my god. Again, like the it sells the idea of Planet Arcadia so much so that this is like the most popular streamer, right? And there's nothing wrong with having, like I said, like there's nothing wrong with like an eccentric streamer who like has fun and like is like, you know, really bright and bubbly. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But obviously it's like the idea, again, the parasocialism that comes into it, the fact that she has 2 people trapped with her in this stream as well, the fact that she has like immunity now because she's technically not quote unquote harming anybody while she's doing it too. It just makes like this go from like, oh, this is kind of sweet to like, this is kind of scary. Love that artwork though. It's so cool.
Now, see, Miss Sparksy was just doing a program with
Oh,
your
you
friend.
get out of here.
It's
Go.
fine,
Leave.
Really?
Jesus, I didn't like your tone from the start. What kind of program is this?
Have you seen shows like that before? You know, where celebrities go somewhere to do everyday jobs, like those reality shows where they trade places with regular people.
I have seen it in K-pop idols do it, and it's actually very, very funny and fun. I love it. Yeah, and they just like usually work really hard for a day, and like they show how like difficult like, you know, everyday jobs can be, and how you should appreciate people who work in those positions as well. Like, because you know, when you're like, oh, I love my, like, I'm eating my beautiful steak on my table, but like it takes a bit of effort to get it to you, you know.
She picked Graphia Academy as a target. That school had its fair share of trouble 15 years ago too.
Oh, in the last full moon. Oh, the Astral Express's reputation.
So these are the Nameless of the Astral Express?
They're laughing about the no, my god, no! This has never happened before.
That's hilarious! I heard they're supposed to be great heroes
Stop.
who saved other worlds, but look at them now! Switching to comedy in a heartbeat.
Get out the baseball bat. Stella, get out the baseball bat. Get out the baseball bat. Stop laughing! It's not funny. It's not funny. Stop. Get out the baseball bat. Stop. It's so, yeah, you said the chill creeping over you. It's not just about like the comedy aspect of like, oh, isn't the Astral Express, are they funny now as well? Like, it must feel so like invasive and creepy and icky, the idea that you're seeing your 2 friends be like manipulated to being on the stream above you as well. People are laughing at your whole Astral Express crew because of something you can't control. It's like, it's so weird.
Darn it. Soon the whole of Plain Arcadia will be saying Sparksy caught the Astral Express crew in one go and made us the butt of jokes. Our reputation would also turn into her trophy.
We just gotta stop her. Like, we gotta stop her. As much as we like think Sparksy is like such a funny character and such an interesting character, and I love following her. I love seeing like what she says and like hearing from her. And whenever she shows up, it's always interesting. Like, we still have to stop her.
Oh, right. Please keep this Phantom Moon Games emergency response guide safe. Some sections in it might come in handy.
Dude, how about, you know what you should do? You should go to not help somewhere else. You're not helping here. Go not help somewhere else. What the hell? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are you giving me this? During the Phantasm Games, numerous unpredictable aberrations and incidents will occur throughout the Planet Arcadia due to factors such as miracles offered by supplicants, oversaturated wish power, and concentrated generation of aberrant disasters. All local residents and off-world visitors are advised to remain calm. Stay tuned to news reports from the Department of Aberration Defense. Steer clear of danger zones and safely enjoy the Phantasm game. Should you consider any emergency, please refer to response guidelines, which can greatly improve your chances of survival. If you find yourself caught in an anomaly triggered by a supplicant, immediately distance yourself from head towards home. During this time, do not respond to any voices coming from behind you or from the right. That's terrifying. Home is an enclosed or semi-enclosed space suitable for human habitation, generally containing objects such as chairs, beds, wash bins, etc. Thanks for letting me know. If the home that you are in does not meet the above definition, immediately read the following. There are no monkeys, dancing giant teeth, or no black lizards that can be seen in the whale's belly. Remain still and wait for the safety notice from the Department of Aberration Defense. So it's like a code. Safety notice for the Department of Aberration Defense comes in several forms: broadcast, TV news, online streams, and so on. The broadcaster's head should consist of eyes, ears, and mouth and nose. So the reason they're saying this is because your cognitive cognition can probably change when it comes to these aberrants and like all these different like imaginary things will like look weird, right? The Mask of Elation were stolen by the Riddler's nouns and verbs and connection to ternary city citizens have been swapped, causing mass chaos. Perpetrators still large. If you lose your way, find yourself within a supplicant sphere or influence, you can take refuge in the nearby fragment of the world's canvas, but please note the vast majority of cases of canvas fragments won't talk, won't laugh, and have no teeth. The safe zone at the edge of the world's canvas retains close to reality's three-dimensional coordinate axis. If you notice your body starting to become two-dimensional, immediately turn back the way you came. Objects that fall from the sky en masse are usually rain. Rain is a collection of water and not candy, and definitely not vintage flip phones. Okay. If you encounter a similar phenomenon, do not answer a message from your candy and do not eat the phone. Okay. A joke is a piece of information designed to induce laughter and does not process the ability to move. If a joke claims it's heading to its friend, the refrigerator's wedding to steal away the electric toothbrush bride, please board the nearest science fiction novel and get out of there. So this is really abstract and crazy stuff. It does feel like they're trying to sell the idea of like how crazy these aberrations and imaginary stuff can get. A masked fool exploited the gift of the laughter to create an infinite improbability phenomenon in the Rainbow City and was subsequently taken down in a joint operation by the Tavern and Department of Aberration Defense. If you happen to get trapped inside a television, stand as close to the screen as possible to maximize your on-screen presence. Oh, that's a good idea. When you hear children's songs being sung in chorus around you, whatever you do not sing along. When attempting to the above, make sure you're inside the TV and try to walk away. The whole thing of like maximizing your moments on screen makes sense for this place too, because that's what they like do, right? They are always about like, maximizing your minutes, clicks, views, attention. Children's program host lures massive audience into carefree fairy tale kingdom, now officially classified as a kidnapping case. Oh, so this is wait. The live stream kidnapping is not kidnapping, but this is kidnapping? Friendly reminder, this guide will be updated and revised after each round of Phantasm Games. Please ensure you have the latest version of published for that current Phantasm Games. So what we're learning here is a lot of this stuff happened during the Phantasm Games. A lot of this crazy stuff happened.
If there's nothing else, I'll be...
And that they became guidelines to be like, hey, if this happens, try this. If this happens, then don't do this. Like, it's actually really interesting to see like how crazy things can get.
See? I told you so. Even calling the police was useless.
Probably should have listened to Sparkle, you know? And I know Stella was very like scared, but like definitely should listen to Sparkle in a sense. It's, as I said, Sparkle, I trust Sparkle more than I would before this time around.
Right now, you're their only hope. And that red boss lady of yours, she's here too.
Himiko?
Are you all right?
Oh my god.
Did you get hurt when you ran away?
Again, of course she's showing such concern for us. That's our freaking, that's our mother. The coziness that I feel from Himiko actually being here is something that's so amazing. And again, it's why like I love Himiko so much anyway, you know? It's like, she, not just because I hope it doesn't sound like I'm saying I love her because she's so good to us, and that's the only reason. She has her own personality and I love her so much as well, but I'm saying like I love that she always gives us such warmth. She's always such a guiding light. Oh, the shaking in the head. Poor Stella, you showed Himiko the strange mask that the young girl drew for you.
So, March and Welt are both trapped in Graphia Academy now? And that girl called Sparksy took the mask too.
Yeah. I wasn't vigilant enough. Oh my god, again, blaming ourselves. And again, you would in this situation because, again, March and Welt are still trapped there.
No, it's not your fault.
Oh.
I underestimated the complexity of the situation behind these
You see
games.
what I mean? Her words are so warm and so lovely. They make me feel so happy all the time.
Coming
They're
back to
cozy.
my homeland was meant to be a relaxing vacation for everyone. And I also wanted you and March to experience the atmosphere of elation in this world.
And again, she's blaming herself as well in this sense too. But as I said, like, I'm not saying that things get better instantly, like when Himiko talks, but I'm saying that, like, just like any person who is like a guiding light for you, or someone who is like a rock for you, or a pillar for you, when they are around and they do speak, it does give a sense of warmth, right? For sure.
Throughout the history of the Phantom Moon games, there have been many instances of cooperation between supplicants. But this time, forces from across the cosmos have turned this into their own high-stakes poker table.
Yeah, it seems like it is like very much like cutthroat.
Rather than honoring the elation, these players are far more eager to savor victory for themselves, itching to knock everyone else out of the game.
It's become less about the actual elation itself and more about just the prize itself, I guess. And less about maybe the entertainment value. But I guess that would bring entertainment value too.
Sparksy is one such troublemaker.
We can't let her get away with this?
It's dangerous to rush back to school on courage alone when we don't know what Sparksy has done and what she's planning to do.
Yeah, if we dive right in, we could make a bigger mistake.
For every supplicant, there are 3 key acts that must be completed once the Phantom Moon games begin. The roll call, the miracle, and the promotion.
So was the roll call when she announced that she was there? I guess we're going to find out.
Sparksy has completed the roll call. She took the mask and declared her entry into the games, drawing everyone's attention to the news that the first supplicant has appeared.
So, do we think that then that Sunday's gonna have to do that as well?
Next, she must strive to make a miracle happen, bear the people's wishes, and answer with a great feat.
So she has to perform a miracle what the people's wishes are?
If I'm not mistaken, Sparksy is waiting for us to walk right into her trap. For her, there couldn't be a better opponent than the Astral Express for this first battle between supplicants.
So is that part of the miracle?
What could be more earth-shattering than defeating a renowned cosmic hero
I guess so.
on a battlefield of her own meticulous design?
It would show her strength, I suppose, as well. So she's used. That's so interesting. I didn't even think of that. Himiko shining some light on that as well. The idea that the idea of defeating the Astral Express in general is something that Sparksy might want to do. Like this is something that it's like it's a trophy. It's a statement.
So here's the question, Sparkle. Based on what you know about this imposter, what's her real agenda for joining the games? Simply toying with and defeating the Express crew alone won't be enough. What kind of world-shaking miracle is she after?
Do you know?
Sure, she's a fake. But she's still a fake of Miss Sparkle. Guessing won't get us far. If you ask me, we should check out the tavern. Might find some leads there.
Okay. You mean your tavern?
The Masked Fool's headquarters.
So cool.
The World's End.
So cool.
Tavern.
Yes, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Let's check it out.
That's right. How could we pull off something this insane without Miss Sparkle's prized collection I've been hoarding all these years?
I mean, I'm just interested to see what this place is like, regardless of whether it's a good idea or not. Like, that part comes second to me. But also, I do love Sparkle being like, yeah, this is kind of an imagination. It's like, it's not exactly me, but but it is me, kind of. It is like a version of me. So playing guesses of what they're going to do next is never going to get you far with like Sparkle. So why would we think the same with Sparksy? You know, playing guessing games won't work.
That imposter must have known this well. Before this operation, she definitely went to the tavern, using my name.
Okay.
Most fools can't tell the difference between me and that imposter. Or maybe they just don't care. But if we can find out who I talked to and which treasures I stole from my collection of items, we'll naturally figure out what that imposter is up to.
Okay. So just like follow their path, follow their trail.
That's a good plan, but I can't let you act alone. Can you take both of us into the tavern?
Take this business card. The address of the tavern is printed on it. However, you'll have to find your own way to the tavern. That's been the rule since it was established, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I still love that though, the fact that even though the masked fools play on their own kind of like playing field where everything's wild and abstract and you don't know what they're doing, they still have their own like rules. They still have their own like things they must follow as well. It's so interesting that way also.
Since there's still time, I'll head out first. You two can come over when you're ready.
And the reason why it's interesting is that there's a feeling like when you look at a character like a Sparkle or a Sampo that maybe there's not even a care that puts into a lot of their ideas. They have their own plans and like shady plans they come up with, but it always seems like they are like marching to the beat of their own drum. So to find out that they also have a set of rules in their own tavern that they also have to like adhere to, could create a disconnect, but it actually just adds a lot of like intrigue to the characters because now we know that it's not just like this kind of like wild free-for-all. They have to follow rules in some ways. This has been so interesting. So what we're going to do now is like, because March and Welt are trapped there, we can't just rush in. We have to find out exactly what Sparkle is after. She's already declared she has immunity. We know that she has to create a miracle. She wants to defeat the Astral Express because that will give her a feather in the cap, and like it's going to be like something that everyone can notice. Oh my god, she defeated the mighty Astral Express, the honorable Astral Express. Look what she was able to do. They're already laughing at us from becoming a joke as well. But we have to find a way through Sparkle that we can help here as well, and see who they talk to. It's so cool.
Relax. To step into the elation's right, what you need the most.
She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. Because she could see we were upset. She saw that Stella was being upset. She saw that Stella, the first thing she was thinking is like, because again, Himiko's worried. Himiko would be worried. So she goes, okay, but what about Welt, Mr. Yang? And Himiko saw that Stella was the one who was like being the most worried and said, look, you have to be at ease. Let's calm down.
Don't dance to your enemies' tune.
So sick.
Find your own rhythm.
Because right now, that's what we're doing. The fear that we have right now, which is understandable fear, we are being played with still. Even though Sparksy's not here, Sparksy is still winning over our emotions. And it's understandable why she is. It's a scary thing that's happening to our friends. So Himiko's like, hey, don't, like, find your own rhythm. Don't march to their drum.
Now it's our turn to set the steps.
Oh my god, you saying that Himiko is elation itself. World End Tavern location, Dovebrook District, near the Sinwish Syndicate. Oh wow. We might bump into some friends.
Dovebrook District. It's been a while since
you live there?
Perfect timing. Don Hong and Sunday have made some new discoveries. I asked them to meet up with us later.
We're gonna find out what happened to Sunday as well. Himiko's home is in the Dovebrook District?
Don't get your hopes up too high.
Yeah.
Looks like this vacation trip has gone right back to our usual trouble magnet mode.
Yep. And that's the thing.
Now this is the kind of vacation the Nameless just has to savor.
Yeah. Can I say how beautiful that line is from Stell? It's such a simple line of it just heard being like, now we have to savor this trip, right? But the reason why the line works so well to me is because, again, as I said, Himiko calmed us down. Himiko being here made us feel way more at peace. Now that Himiko's here, we actually feel this kind of warmth and like we can actually relax a little bit. So when Himiko's like talking about like, you know, don't march to their drum, don't march to their rhythm, you have to divide your own rhythm. We understand that like while it's something that is very scary and very terrifying, having Himiko here to ease our emotions has helped. Like Stella's already back to being like, yeah, we gotta savor this. Because again, this is an Astral Express signature. Go to a place to fuel up, end up in the most cosmic, horrific situation ever. You know what I mean? Go to Penacony on invitation, end up in the most like abstract and wild dream problem ever. I mean, that's the worst way to describe it. You know what I mean? It's like all these different things. Our first ever expedition ends up being like a fight against a Stellaron and a corrupt leader. You know, like there's all these things where it's like they start off as just like simplistic kind of journeys and end up being something bigger as well. But as Himiko's saying, we kind of have to embrace it. And Cell's saying we have to embrace it. We're going to savor this trip, right? This is us. This is what we do. Yes, we came here to relax, but now we're here. Let's go. Let's do what we do best. Really great stuff and a really great way to feel warm from that too. Yeah, this is so great, man. This is it's like, I was about to use the word elation to describe it because that's what it feels like, but it's such intrigue constantly. I just constantly just want to see more, see what's happening. I guess we could probably just warp there, right? Or do we want to walk there? Whereabouts are we? Oh yeah, we can like warp up here, right? Yeah, around here to Yum Yum Alley.
Furbo snapped a pic of me on this street without my consent just now.
Fame isn't exactly good news
Oh,
for the nameless.
we could have gotten more like stuff maybe if we kept walking. Oh, that feels bad. But it's okay. Look, it's okay. It's fine. We're fine. But yeah, like there's whenever I do like exit out of the game, there's this constant feeling of like, you know, buzzing about like what are we gonna see next? What possibly could we witness next? And the way that they've laid up all the dominoes that are about to be pushed over and fall have already been like such a cool thing to witness, whether it be the stuff with Blade, Silverwolf, Ashveil, Pearl's involvement, now that Sunday's involved as well, Sparkle's plans. It's all of it's so interesting.
Brook District.
It's so cool. Man, this place is awesome. And then Himiko grew up in this place?
Quite a bustling district. Is this really where Himiko lived back
Like,
then?
because Himiko's so, like, mild-mannered and so... Well, Himiko can get, like, energetic when she wants to be, but she's so, like, mild and very lovely and very warm.
It's been 15 years since I've been back. I wonder what's become of these houses now. If they're being rented out or if they've been sold off already.
Like the houses that you were lived in before?
Perhaps they've become like the Graffia family. Nothing but empty shells of their former glory.
Like the Graffia family. And it's interesting too as well that she's reminiscing. It was not, you know, it's one of those things where like it makes sense that she would be reminiscing in this way, especially like since this is somewhere she grew up as well. But I like that we're getting such a focus on like Himiko, right? We're getting such a focus on her story and her history, right? And again, it's not been focused entirely, as we've seen. Like it's been little bits and pieces here, but you can tell they're going to be like, you know, adding a lot more to it as well, because this is her home.
Let's go. Stay safe on the road.
You see, like it's so interesting because again, a lot of times Himiko is a support for other people's stories, right? And it's her story too. I'll make it clear, the nameless story is her story too. But a lot of times she is the character that comes in and helps us when needs be. She's the character that negotiated with Topaz. She's the character that helps us at the last second in Bailabog. She is that character, right? She is like the ultimate, and Himiko are support characters in a lot of ways, where they're not supporting cast, but characters that support you, characters that are there to be your, as I said, your guiding light. They are there, so it's interesting that like we could get Himiko maybe be more of a
this place
front-facing player.
Seems to have changed a lot.
Yeah.
Holy Verbuli! Great Raccoon, you really came!
Oh, he's talking with us again.
There's a Furbo calling out to you. Why don't we go take a look?
Sure.
Rest assured, I haven't forgotten a single thing about the compensation.
Yeah? But you lost all your money though, so what's gonna happen there?
This Furbo was actually waiting outside the magazine's office just to make amends? Furbo absurdo.
And you are?
The tabloid journalist who took my picture. You told Himiko about the whole series of events with the tabloid journalist following you and the compensation claims. Looks like Destiny wants you two to meet again and maybe score you a nice fat paycheck.
Would you mind coming into our magazine office to talk? Let's discuss compensation, shall we?
It looks like the magazine publisher has taken over this entire building.
Could it be, wait, was this your home?
Strictly speaking, The entire street where this building stands belongs to my family's estate.
Whoa. Himiko was rich?
It's said that in their heyday, the Graphia family owned property all across Plain Arcadia. But by my generation, very little was left.
But you're still like somewhat well off. But yeah, she's a descendant of the Graphia family, right?
When my journey reaches its end, will anyone in this world be able to inherit anything from me?
Oh my god, Himiko, like, I want to, yeah, Mom! But I want to be reassured here. It's like, Himiko, you've given us so much, like, spiritually, you know?
Sorry.
No!
I made things a bit too heavy.
Make stuff as heavy as you want. Honestly, I'm so glad to see this side of you. I really am. You deserve to have your moments as well.
Let's go inside the magazine office and see what this little Furbo is up to.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, and I think she knows that too, right? She's always been the character that willingly was a supportive character to everybody else. And even in that moment when she sees that she's talking about herself, her own history, her own emotions, almost instantly she goes like, oh, sorry. You know, it's like, no, don't be sorry. I want to hear about this. I want to hear more about all this stuff. I really do. It's such an interesting, look at this little Furbo. It's so interesting to hear this, and I want to hear this because you deserve to be heard as well, right? Of course you do. Oh my god, wait, we got in the front door? Just like that? Wait, so is Ashveil gonna be there as well?
Hey there, Paraprince! I brought quite an impressive creditor to visit you. Beep beep, debt collector signal detected. I'm out of here.
Honestly based. Run.
Don't run! It's the Great Raccoon from the Astral Express! Furbos and raccoons. We're all one big family.
That's kind of sweet.
Beep boop. Family or not, you're all just here to collect debts, aren't you?
So what is going to be for the compensation? What are you plotting, little Furbo?
Great Raccoon, that jerk of a company president ditched everyone to dodge the debts. We brothers haven't gotten paid in months.
Man, here's the thing. Your job is absolutely like, your job is very dirt. You know what I mean? It's not a good job. Being a tabloid newspaper and hounding celebrities is not a real job. So like, there's not much I can like really say about that. So like, you know, like I'm not sure like people deserve to get paid in that field. But I still think that, you know, if you do a job, you probably should get paid.
As you can see from our sorry state, even if you sold us all for Furbo Hot Pot, you wouldn't get much money back. But
I'm not gonna sell you guys. That would be depressing.
I've got a plan. We can work together for some mutual raccoon Furbo benefits. After all, Furbobo Weekly does have quite a readership. Right now, the hottest news in all of Plain Arcadia is the arrival of the Astral Express. Once you become the company president, Great Raccoon,
what?
Furbobo Weekly can go full throttle for you, becoming the Express's exclusive media outlet, churning out a string of hot scoops.
Again, the job that they do is like so like, as I said, immoral, but like I can't help but like still be kind of like, I feel bad for these. And it's because it's like they're cute creatures, yeah, but it's like I can't become your president, guys.
In no time, Furbobo Weekly will be the #1 gossip.
I don't want to do that though.
We won't have to worry about our salaries, and Great Raccoon won't have to worry about compensation.
Oh my god, like, you know what I mean? It's like actually they're deadly cute. They really are, right? But it's like, I don't want to become the president of a gossip magazine. You want me to work for you for free?
No way! No way! As your devoted fans, me and my bros sincerely want to compensate you handsomely for your emotional distress.
Like, the voice is so cute as well, right? The voice is so cute, you know? But again, I'm starting to believe that maybe this might be worse for us than better.
A magazine publisher? Now that is interesting. What do you think?
Is Himiko also interested?
These Furbos may be crafty and full of tricks, but they can definitely help us out. A media outlet working for you, and a network of informants who can run around everywhere? Having a logistics team like that during the Phantasmoon games would come with many perks.
That is, that's a very good point, and I'm definitely wrong on that, because from my perspective, I was just like, I just don't want a gossip magazine, you know what I mean? I don't want like a thing where like I'm like intruding on people, but during this time when people are getting kidnapped, people are getting hurt, Blade is joining up with the stuff, Sparksy has a mask, we don't know what's happening like from other people like the IPC. Having a few informants might not be a bad thing. I do agree with what Himiko's saying, 100%. I was just thinking more from the perspective of a gossip magazine, you know?
And best of all, they're free.
So tell me, what does the company president have to do? Yeah, I get what Himiko's saying. Like, again, utilizing that is probably a very good idea, too.
Being the company president is actually super easy. Just follow me.
Oh my god, he's actually, again, that's the problem. He's so cute. He's so cute. So, I actually think that what we're going to do here before we get into all this stuff here, I actually think I'm going to end the episode here and then I know it's a weird place to end, but we're going to end the episode here and then come back in the next one and do more of this Furbo mission. I actually, guys, like think that this is like, I totally think I was wrong with this. Yeah, that's what Himiko's saying is 100% true. It's, whilst like it is a dirty tactic, it is a dirty tactic. While the gossip magazine stuff is very, very like immoral to me when it comes to that stuff as well, right? We're dealing with a situation here where the people we're facing aren't really like going to think about morality. And here's the thing, I love the Stellar Hunters. Do you think the first thing Blade is thinking to himself is like, and Silverwolf is like, how can we do this fairly? You know, no, of course not. Sparksy isn't playing fair. The IPC isn't going to play fair. They're already have made their intentions known that they want to like do a monopoly on this. So I think like having our own ammunition does make sense. And again, I was thinking from the perspective of like, I don't want to do this because Ashveil, get out of here! We can take a better look at the room here as well. But yeah, like I didn't want to do it because of the gossip perspective, but the perspective of like, yeah, having our own like team that can actually help us out with this stuff too, and like, and so if we're playing fire with fire makes perfect sense as well. So just looking around here as well, though. Collect letters to the on the poster, in the middle-aged man in glasses clasps his hands. His lenses glinting closely size you up to capture him. He's the sternest father a villain could ask for. This seems like how Ashveil sees himself. So yeah, as you see here, it's what I was talking about, right? The mess is everywhere, right? The dirt is everywhere. There's bottles everywhere. There's like unopened drinks, open drinks. There's a freezer over here as well. But there's also like surveillance footage. There's like these posters here too. There's like a whole thing where he's like investigating people. But you can see here too, he's stacking bottles also, which means there's some times where he might be a bit bored as well, or maybe he doesn't want to do his job. All this stuff points to how, like, what his personality is. And I think it's done so well as well. But yeah, let's talk about everything that's happening here. And I think we can actually just talk here as well as Robino. Oh, Furbocom, so that's going to be a new thing as well. Okay, that's going to be a really interesting thing. Okay. So, I love Plan Arcadia. I am having such a beautiful time with this story. And it's exciting me, and it's so, like, beautifully energizing. And I think it's also because, and here's, as I said, it's not a bad thing about Amphorius or any other region. I think it's the same thing with Genshin, right? Like, I want there to be, like, you know, when I go to a new region, I want there to be different customs, different ideas. And I know, like, you know, you could say, well, like, Calvin, that's not always going to happen, like, in stories. But, like, I want there to be, like, some differences. Like, there need to be, like, some what changes. There needs to be something different about the world as well. Not because... What's that sound? Is that outside? There's some sound. Sorry, I heard a sound. Not because I, like, despise the world we came before in, right? But because after being in a world for so long, having a change is like a beautiful feeling, right? And it's the same thing with any game. If I play a JRPG, hey Donnie, I'm playing a JRPG. If I'm playing a JRPG, and I go to a kingdom covered in sand with a beautiful castle in the middle, and I'm fighting all these creatures in the desert, and it's so beautiful. If the next region I go to is another sandy area, it's like, well, this isn't as interesting. You know, it's like cool again. It's a cool looking place, but it's like, you know. But if I go to the next place over and it's full of grassy plains and there's a Mott and Bailey instead of like a castle, for example, and like there's a different culture to the place as well. It's like, it's not about hating the last area. It's about having the variety that makes the pacing of the entire game better, right? And in Plan Arcadia, we talk about the lights and all this stuff, but it's also just like the way things are going in the story. It's way more crafty, right? There's a lot more like shady dealings going on. There's a lot of like politics, but it's more like politics in the way that like an entertainment business works, like behind the scenes. Like everyone's trying to be cutthroat. Everyone's trying to get stuff for themselves, but some people are working with other people. Some people are doing this, and some people have ulterior motives. It's like a really interesting thing to bite your teeth into. Like the whole time I'm just like on the edge of my seat being like, what do they think? And why are they doing? What are they doing here? What is Blade doing here? Silverwolf's there. Himiko, what does she think about this? Wait, what's Sparksy's deal? Like, oh, wait, they betrayed them? They betrayed them? Wait, they're working with them. Oh my God. And it's like, oh, they call Pearl. They betrayed Silverwolf. What's Silverwolf figured out? Oh my God. There's all these moments where like, this is so fun to witness. And it's great. It's so great. And like, I'm euphoric even talking about it. I'm getting a dopamine rush talking about how much I love Planet Arcadia. I really am. And as I said, like there's a lot of great stuff about this whole thing as well. Like we encountered the stuff with Sing Young and Sunday and Yaguan and the mask and all this stuff as well. And what we found out there was, again, so many interesting things there. But we found out there that like the leader of what's his name? Was it what was the name of the guy with the Sinwish place? His name was like Boss Paulwave. He like wanted to get his company out of like the crime business and move it into like more of like a helpful kind of like what was he called? It was like a retirement fund, like establishing retirement funds for people. And the way to do this was to get enough attention by winning the Phantasm Moon games. So that's why he put up a notice on the black market looking for an assassin, or like he looked in the black market and looked for an assassin and found the notice that Silverwolf put up so that, again, he could hire someone to help him do this. But it was just, it so happens that we, Yaoguan, Danhong, Sunday, and Xingyang all infiltrated that and then obtained the mask instead of Blade at that time as well, because he was able to obtain a mask also as well. Again, showing like the dealings that can happen here also. But we had some like crazy revelations happen there also. Like Yaoguan has a omen and a divination that shows that whatever Arbiter General shows up here, no matter what an Arbiter General will meet their fall here in Planet Arcadia. And she chose to come here instead of Jin Yuen, who was supposed to come here, because she has this curiosity about it, right? This idea of like what could happen here, like who wouldn't want to witness this in the end as well. Obviously, like, you know, there's part of it was that she said she wanted to stop Blade, but that wasn't like the main thing as well that she wanted to stop too. That she wanted to be able to halt as well, I should say. She also had like her plans here to come here with the for this divination and this omen as well about what was happening here in Planet Arcadia. And then also she gave the mask to Sunday. Giving the mask to Sunday was such a surprising turn of events. And here's it's not surprising in the sense of like, oh, Yaoguang tricked us. It's like she's told us she will fib. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying with the stuff with Stell later on as well. It's like people will fib in this journey. They're gonna fib. And she turned the mask around as she was about to put it on, aimed right for Sunday and planted it on his face. And we had some amazing moments out of this as well. That was already a shocking moment. Like, oh my God, what is happening? Like, why? Why did we do this? She already revealed there was like omens about Xingyang as well, that Xingyang would have destroyed this whole place too, and all this stuff. There's so many interesting things happening here, and so many instantly just like things that tie you back to Yaoguan in a way. It's like, oh, that's how much her divination like works. She's constantly in this state where like she is like maybe calmer than most people because she's seeing stuff 10 steps ahead in a lot of ways. Yeah, she sending Sunday and Don Hong here literally saved the lives of the Simwish Syndicate and stopped a bloody mess from happening here as well. Because again, the power of destruction is inside of Tingyun, inside Fugue, and if she's attacked, imagine like she's not going to be restrained fully, and restraining them would be very difficult at the same time too, because again, we talked about it last time, she has the power to kill people. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that as well, because it's such a really cool detail as well of like how the divination works, and how like Don Hong and Sunday being sent here actually was a really beneficial thing for the Sinwish Syndicate, and also for Qingyang as well. But she puts the mask on Sunday, and I love this moment because Don Hong turns around. Don Hong, the man himself, turns around and he is ready to freaking fight, man. Did you see the look on his face? It's one of the best moments in this entire part here. He is so willing to throw down for a member of the... He even says it's like, are you willing to make an enemy of us? And I love, again, that's what I love about the Astro Express, is like, he's not going to sugarcoat this stuff here as well. He understands, like, you have to give people leeway sometimes, and you have to give people, like, a little bit of an inch sometimes. It's the same thing with, like, anything. Like, any organization that we work with, you have to, like, give them a little bit of leeway because we have to be kind of neutral until we can't be neutral. And that moment, Dan Heng saw her put a mask on Sunday's face, and all he was thinking in the most beautiful way possible is, you put a mask on a member of the Astro Express's face. Not only did you do that, but you tricked the Astro Express again. Are you willing to make an enemy of us? I love that moment so much. Showing how much... And we know Dan Heng already was willing to fight for us. He would die for us. But showing that also at the same time, too, doing this to Sunday pisses him off, too. For the matter of, you know, tricking us, but also, Sunday is also a Trailblazer, too. And Pom Pom would look down on us if we didn't treat Sunday as another member of the Astro Express. He would look down on us, and Pom Pom would be very, very upset about that. That's Pom Pom's philosophy, and it's something we, like, always, like, carry on with us as well. But again, we talk about intrigue. Sunday's whole journey in this story has been about the idea of him trying to find a paradise for Penacony, but failing to do so, and being and his paradise being warped into something that, like, you know, wasn't a true paradise. Finding out now that he had to go, like, there's a paradise here on Planet Arcadia, and Arcadia, he wants to find out from maybe Aha, maybe from just, like, studying this place as well, like, what is this true paradise? Is this a true paradise? And we saw that Yao Guang was able to pick up on a few facial expressions and the thoughts of Sunday, and see that he actually was intrigued and wanted to put on the mask at one point. Like, what a cool story beat. The fact that at first we thought, oh, why would you do that to Sunday? It turned into a gift. It went from being like, you just attacked Sunday, basically, to like, oh, you just gave Sunday something he wanted. You just give Sunday the ability to have an audience if he wins with Aha, but then also explore the idea of this place in Arcadia as well. I think the reason why he wants to do this too, and we said this as well, like, obviously, like, it's the idea of the curiosity behind it and what is a real paradise. Are we going to fight a real paradise? But I also think as well that Sunday is the type of character that, like, if he finds out this is another corrupted paradise, I believe he's going to be the first person to kind of, like, try and, like, step in and do something about it, because he doesn't want the same thing that happened, that he enacted on people to happen again. Because a part of his journey is finding his own path and having his own will. And they talked about, Dan Heng said, you find your own will, find your own path. But also, I do think that, like, that also leads to the idea of him wanting to, like, make amends in some ways too. Yao Guang also said that Sunday will have the ability to change something, no matter what. Without anyone's intervention, without her intervention, Sunday will change something, and it could be for the better. So we know that Sunday is going to play a part in this story no matter what. And we know Sunday is going to change something no matter what. And I'm actually very happy for that in a lot of ways, because while it could be bad, it didn't say exactly it was going to be good, but while it could be bad, my whole feelings on it are that Sunday is a character I love dearly, right? And it's not, I don't love him as much as I love, say, Robin. I don't love him as much as I love Dan Heng, but I love his story, and I love the idea of him trying to make amends and move forward and build a bridge in his life, right? Do I see him as, like, one of my favorite characters in the world? No, but I love his story. I love where he's coming from. So to me, it makes me very happy at the idea that he is going to get the ability to not even just make amends, but go on this journey about finding, like, what a true paradise is. Go on this journey as well in tackling his own desires and on a journey of his own free will. That to me is very, very interesting, and I want to find out more about this as well. We also know Yao Guang was saying that the idea that, like, she wanted to have the mask possibly to get an audience with Aha, but also at the same time too, like, to prevent the Sentinel Hunters from getting the mask as well. And this is what happened. We did see a prevention of the Sentinel Hunters getting the mask in the end as well. That is a desire, and I guess, again, as I said, like, I love the Sentinel Hunters with all my heart. But I'm also going to sit here and, like, understand that, like, as much as I love the Sentinel Hunters, like, it totally makes sense that people would want him to stop him from getting this mask, because it is an unknown entity. Why do they want this mask? Why are they trying to get this mask? And obviously it's something to do with the script, but this time the script has a blank page of Blade as well, so, like, we don't exactly know what's happening with that too. But yeah, great sequence here on the rooftop. We ended with, like, Yao Guang talking about the idea that, like, she has a possible successor lined up. She said Xing Shui, but I don't know if she's like serious about that, but, like, she said she does have a successor lined up. She is planning on basically meeting her fall. And to me, like, that is one of the most, like, you know, we use the word intriguing a lot because it is intriguing. It is such a thing that draws you into the story. Who is this type of character that is so willing to make this journey, even knowing that the Arbor General will fall on Planet Arcadia? to make that type of decision for yourself and debate about that and take the place of someone else that could die as well, you have to be a character who has a different type of brain to other people. Again, just wanting to see more of Yao Guang, such a great, interesting character. The dynamic now with Sunday having the mask as well. How's that going to play into the whole Phantasm Moon games as a whole as well? It's also interesting. It really is. It's so cool. Silverwolf showed up, and I said this already, but it was such a great way of introducing Silverwolf's character by having them talk about the Stellar Hunters and then having Silverwolf just show up like that. It's almost like a great narrative device to be like, we have to keep the Stellar Hunters away from this mask. Blade is arriving here. That man, what does he want here? What do they want? And then the next scene is like a Stellar Hunter just strolling through the town as well, getting a meeting with Ashveil as well. And she does get a meeting with Ashveil. And Ashveil's introduction is fantastic. This is a character who like is a classic type of like detective character to me, which is like not the detective that is like cold and like tortured and hurt, and has a cigar in their mouth and is like, talking like this throughout their entire investigations. I'm talking about like this kind of like bumbling, eccentric, over the top, a little bit lazy, like that type of detective, but really pretty and gets the job done. That's the way I would describe Ashveil at this point too. And he is like a chic, detailed, oriented, like in terms of his outfit, detective. And I love the way they introduced him because like almost instantly we have this like really comedic character who's doing this really random comedy. You're drawn to him because again, he's funny to be around. The whole thing of like the Kafka, like when Silverwolf is standing right in front of him as well. And showing that he has his own narrator. Someone narrates his whole his everyday life, but not when he's doing business apparently as well. But that shows again how like eccentric he is, how like over the top he is. And we saw in his room, we said that the whole episode, his room like represents him. It's messy, but he gets the job done and he's doing work in the end, and he does get the job done in the end. Silverwolf asks him to get the mask back because they're looking to get the mask as well. She asks him to obtain it so that they can use it, and I don't think she knows that Sunday is warning because you have to announce that as well. But yeah, she asks him to obtain the mask, and he agrees to do it. But then this is where another great moment of Plan Arcadia happens. Ashveil sells her out to Pearl, but Silverwolf has already bugged the entire office. And I love that back and forth, like he betrayed her to go to Pearl, but already Silverwolf knew that something was going to happen as well. And now she knows that there is other masks that are being held by the IPC and that she can find another way to obtain those masks at the same time too. Calling Blade and getting to hear Blade after so long was such a special experience too. I mean, we heard Blade during the quests with Firefly, but I think a flashback is always different, right? I think you guys would say it too. A flashback is always different than hearing the person in the flesh. But we know that this is like because at first I thought like it could be a thing where Blade is like deciding to do this by himself, like it's his own task, or whatever. But it's very clear that this task is actually being brought upon him by Elio, and Elio has planned this. This is an Elio mandate, but we have the mysterious aspect that goes along with this too, which is that Blade has a blank page for his script, which to me could mean endless possibilities. Doesn't mean the end of a journey, but for someone who can't die and someone who like already has so many troubles, like, fighting the idea of like fate and having to live forever and all these things, a blank page is probably terrifying. Because instead of seeing it, it's like to all of us, like when I see a blank page, I can write on that, I can draw on that, it's everything. I can do whatever I want with this page. It becomes an endless, like, a bout of possibilities. And my future's not written down. Look what I can do. Firefly would see a blank page and be like, oh my God, yes. You know what I mean? Let's do this. But Blade, I think, would maybe look at a blank page and maybe be not worried, but I think it would like shake him a little bit to his core a little bit. A character that like, you get what I'm saying? Like it's I think there's different reactions. Maybe I'm going to find out that Blade actually loves the idea of a blank page. But as a character who's like, life has kind of been determined by the past mistakes of, what they did in the Xian show and all these things as well. I do think it's one of the, and the Xian show and the history of the Xian show as well. I wonder if there was like 1 ounce of. But then again, I think the Blade also might be a character that hates the idea of the comfort of knowing that what's going to happen next. Maybe as well. But then again, he's like someone who puts up with the script. He's always like, let's just do it. Let's just go on along with it. So maybe he's kind of indifferent. We'll find out. We'll find out exactly this. We're definitely going to see him later and hear what he thinks about the blank page. And I'm very intrigued to hear what he thinks about it. Because I would think that, yes, there would be something that would be kind of like, oh, damn, because he's so used to following a script. And again, like, it's probably one of the few things in life that probably gives him somewhat of like a purpose. But then also the same thing too, as a character who like is so used to having his fate determined, is this something that's also exciting? Who knows? I guess we're going to find out later on as well. But yeah, great interaction between these two. We know the Stellar Hunters are here to find these masks again. And it adds a whole new layer to it, because now we know for sure that it's a Stellar Hunter job. It's not just a Blade job. It is a Stellar Hunter job. Yeah, love the dynamic with Ashveil. Love the trickery. Love the back and forth. The introduction of Ashveil was fantastic. It gave me such an inkling to who he was as well. Yeah, such a great inkling into that also as well. We had this stuff with like Himiko and Stell as well. And as I said, Himiko brings such an absolutely beautiful warmth to our journey as well. Especially when like this is like a very abstract concept. And I think that's like one of the most important things that we can note as well. And this is what we're going to end on as we talk about this as well, like this stuff with Himiko. I am so happy that Himiko is what seems to be becoming more of a focal point in this story. As I said, she's a supportive character, she's a beautiful character, but we deserve to hear more about her. We do. She's been there for us through everything. She's been our support system. Look what she did for all of us all the time. So the fact that she's getting to have her own emotional journey here is something that actually does mean a lot to me. That makes me want to like learn more about it and makes me want to support her in this journey too. And not just as Stell, I mean as Calvin, also known as Romer. I mean, like, I want Himiko to be happy. I want her to be happy in this way. So the fact that we're getting more Himiko and the fact that it's related to her past life, the Graphia stuff, the relation to like the, Graphia and that stuff as well. It is going to be so... It's such a beautiful thing if we do get a full-on Himiko story. And she deserves it. She deserves to have a story of her own. Because again, I want to make clear, the Astro Express story is her story. The Trailblazing story is her story, just like it's Don Hung's story, just like it's Pom Pom's story. It's all their stories. But you guys get what I'm saying. As a focal point of the story, I do think Himiko will take a step back and help whenever they can. They are the person that comes in at the last second and does something really crazy, and helps out. So they are always helpful. They always like are deciding factors in these journeys. But I feel like, Don Hung, Stell, and March are usually the ones that are like the ones pushing everything forward, I feel like, as the kind of main trio. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens there. But yeah, like, again, we heard more rules about the Sparksy thing. We found out that if you have a mask, you basically get like immunity unless you're harming people. You can't get involved in this stuff. They don't necessarily believe that our friends are trapped. She's trapped them in this live stream, and she's making them live stream for everybody as well, which again is a very dark concept, the idea of live streaming for like against your will. But even Welt doesn't even understand that he's live streaming against his will. But yeah, we learn more about those rules as well, that if you have a mask, you kind of get immunity unless you hurt someone. Which I thought that Blade might get immunity, but then it's like, but if they say like, could they say Blade is hurting someone? He's already a criminal, who knows? But it's honestly like just like it's I know it's played for laughs and it is funny at the same time too, but at the same time also, like, I think you understand when I say like it is an icky feeling to see them trapped in there as well. I don't want them to see them trapped. I don't want to see them in trouble. It's not a nice feeling to see my friends be trapped inside of a world like that. I want to get them free as well. And as much as I said, I think Sparkle's design is so cool. I think she as a character is so cool. Sparksy, I mean. We have to get her out of there as well. And we're going to help that by going to the headquarters of Sparkle and the Elation, the Masked Fools, the tavern, which you heard about before as well, right? That's where I think, was that where Sampo and Sparkle were like hanging out at that one point? But that's like where we're heading. We're heading now to the tavern so that we can see what was the task we had to see? We had to see where Sparksy, who she talked to, and what she obtained from there to see what her plan is, so we can figure out her plan as well. And I love the way Sparkle even described it. Like, the reason we have to do this is because you can't just guess what a Masked Fool is going to do next. And that's the same with anyone. We look at Sampo. Do you think we can guess what he's going to do next? No, we can't. But we can maybe try to find some clues to see where their next like move is going to be and what their plan exactly is as well. And having Sparkle on her side, having Himiko on her side, Himiko brings such, as I said, a warmth and a very much a solidifying feeling that feels like things are going to be like okay. whilst which I think, by the way, is a triumph of writing, because they do that for Stella and our characters, where those characters are the parents of our characters, kind of in a lot of ways, the surrogate parents. And the fact that like a player character can feel that way too, where it's like this warmth of like a lovely parent is an amazing thing that they've done there as well. But then also Sparkle, what they've done with Sparkle in this story too is great too. So the fact that I've gone from being like, oh no, it's Sparkle, in like a very comedic, funny way, like I love seeing her because she's so funny and crazy and off the wall. But I've gone from being like that to being like, every time he shows up, I'm like, good. I'm feeling a lot more confident when Sparkle is with us. And you can say, well, Calvin, that's so silly to trust Sparkle. It's not a trust in Sparkle. It's a necessity of knowing that like this character is better off. Like, we're better off, like, you know, working with this character as we can because of what's happening with Sparksy. That doesn't mean I'm sitting here being like, I'm going to trust Sparkle forever. And it doesn't mean when she betrays me, I'm not going to be like, well, you know, I didn't see that coming. It's like, of course, if she betrays us, like, that's maybe a Sparkle thing to do. If she, like, tricks us, that's a Sparkle thing to do. She's a mass fool. But I still think that there is a new comfort from Sparkle because of what's happening with Sparksy. It's like almost having, like, it's like Sparksy is a villain from Yu-Gi-Oh! And everything's going to crap, and then, like, you know, out of the smoke, it's not Yugi, because it wouldn't say Sparkle is Yugi. It's not Joey, because it wouldn't say Sparkle is Joey. But like, out of the smoke, here comes like my Valentine, and it's like, I know that. Well, that's a bad example, because for some reason they always made my like lose a lot of battles in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm trying to give a good example here. Like, out of the shadows, here comes Kaiba. That's a perfect example. Here comes Kaiba, where it's like, yes, this guy isn't gonna be the nicest to my favorite characters. Yes, this guy isn't gonna be the guy that we can always rely on. But in a way, right now, he is our best option to rely on. You know what I mean? And he comes out of the shadow, he duels, he's awesome, he wins, so sick. And that's the way I can look at it. She is like the Kaiba of this world going up against like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though Kaiba's not like Trickster or whatever, but you know what I mean? It's kind of like feels that way in a lot of ways. So I do think they've done wonders for her character as well in a very fantastic way. Again, love what every character is doing. Love the stuff with Dan Heng and Sunday and Ting Young and Yaguang. That scene was so fantastic. The stuff with Silverwolf and Blade is something that I want to follow so feverishly. I can't wait to get back to that. I cannot wait. The stuff here, even in the Furbo offices with Himiko and Stell, and then their interactions with Sparkle, so fantastic also. And then even the stuff with the live stream stuff, it's like that having that danger in the background. And that's what's so great about Pan Arcadia. There's constantly like shady deals going in the background, whether it be with Pearl and Ashveil, whether it be with you know, as I said, Silverwolf and Blade doing their thing in the background. Whether it be whatever Sparkle will be planning as well in the background too. And there's going to be so many people like gunning to do stuff in the Phantasm games. Pearl is planning stuff too, the IBC planning stuff as well. There's always like a hidden like mystery behind everything. And there's also a danger as well when it comes to stuff with Sparksy and what she could do. And again, even though I love Blade, there's a danger there too. What could Blade be doing? What are they planning to do? But again, I think I can trust the Stellar Hunters to follow a script that is going to be beneficial for us in some ways. So that's why, while I think it's understandable why people would be scared of Blade, I personally... I'm not afraid of Blade right now. Now, if he goes after Dan Heng again, that would be very scary, but you know what I'm saying. And that's another interesting thing we have to think about too. What is Dan Heng going to feel about this when he sees Blade? Yeah. Guys, if you want to see these videos early, you can do so on YouTube members or on Patreon for €1 or whatever is in your currency. You get every single Honkai Star Rail video early on YouTube members and Patreon for the entire month that you are pledged for either YouTube members or Patreon as well. If you want to see your name go by in the text credits, which is going by right now, that is the €10 tier, the Chunky Baby Gangsta tier, and you get your name in every single video in the text credits. If you want to hear your name be read out at the end of every single video, that is the €15 tier, the I Can Never Repay the Baby Gangsta tier, and it's the highest tier on YouTube members and Patreon, and you get your name read out at the end of every single video as a verbal thank you or verbal shout out as well. And I want to say thank you so much to the patrons first at the highest tier, that being Ty Pharaoh 2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost in Izuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Anusta, Yassassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Neo Shourites, Leah 200, Malcolm Kunde, Axler 21, and at the highest tier of my YouTube members, Blasco and Lusanagi. See you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye.